importance and urgency to the subject that we're discussing here. And he said something. He said the difference between crisis and opportunity is leadership. And so I think that as leaders of Africa, we must take the bull by the horns and lead this conversation and ensure that we're able to build more resilient health systems. My sister Amina, who hosted me when she was president of Mauritius, I want to thank you for coming, and my mother, Johnson Sirleaf, former president of Liberia, I want to thank you also for coming, Minister Partey, all the ministers from Guinea-Bissau and other countries who have joined us today. I want to thank you. In the holding room, I was discussing with Director General Tedros, and I was talking about President Ruto having invited us to come and understudy their primary health care system. And it turned out that the technical assistance for setting up that system came from the World Health Organization. And so immediately, Director General Tedros offered that he would send his technical team to come and work with our Ministry of Health to set up our own primary health care system. So I want to thank you in advance. There's a story of my father's friend who went to a friend to borrow his car. And he went to ask him to buy him a car, and when he went with goats and sheep and guinea fowls, and came and said, "I came to thank you in advance for the car that you have agreed to buy me." So DG Tedros, in African tradition, I've thanked you, and so we'll expect your technical team to come and work with us to design our own primary health care system. I believe that this would help with preventive health system and create a more resilient health system for us. So I want to thank you, all of you who have taken time, Victor Bampo, Nanoye Bampo, and all of you who have made this possible. I want to thank all of you and all those who have traveled from near and far to join us. Thank you very much. So, without wasting any more time, Your Excellencies, let me begin by offering you a heartfelt akwaba, and that is a warm welcome to Ghana, the land of freedom and justice, and the proud home of Pan-African aspirations. We're not gathered here today by chance. We're here by conviction, shared purpose, and a collective refusal to accept the limits imposed on us by an outdated global health order. We're here because we choose to lead reform, to heal, and reimagine what our healthcare systems can be. This summit comes at a time of overlapping and intensifying global crises. We have wars, we have pandemics, we have climate shocks, we have economic volatility, and widening inequalities. And these are not just testing our systems, indeed they are exposing where the fault lines are. The world has changed, but global health governance has not kept pace with the changing world. At this moment, we're called to redesign the architecture that has for far too long excluded Africa's voices, excluded Africa's needs and innovations. We're called to build systems that do more than respond to crisis. We must build systems that generate resilience, produce equity, and amplify dignity of our people. Let me be clear. We've seen profound global health achievements over the past decades, that is true. And let us honor those successes. For instance, child mortality has been halved since the 1990s. Maternal deaths have dropped by over 40% since the year 2000. Over 29 million people now have access to life-saving antiretroviral treatments. Millions are living longer and healthier lives due to cleaner air, better sanitation, and innovative health systems. These gains have not been by accident. They've been the fruits of bold partnerships like Gavi, the Alliance for Vaccination, the Global Fund, PEPFAR, unfortunately that's part of the program that has been cancelled under USAID, and many others. But even as we celebrate, we must confront the truth. These gains are now under siege. In 2023, global development assistance declined sharply, and Africa felt the shock. Immediately, maternal health programs halted, vaccine supplies delayed, and medicines disappeared from the clinical shelves. In Ghana, our community-based health delivery model, which we call the CHIPS compound programs, was brought to its knees by abrupt funding withdrawals. The ripple effects were felt all across our country, from Dodowa to Damango. This is not merely a funding gap, it is a crisis of imagination, a vacuum of solidarity, and a deep failure of shared responsibility. Above all, it is a question of the sovereignty, the right of African nations to determine their health priorities, marshal their capacities, and lead with their own vision. And so out of adversity comes opportunity. Africa must no longer be the patient. It must be the driver, it must be the author, it must be the architect and the advocate of its own health destiny. Let us remember that Africa is not new to global health leadership. When HIV and AIDS ravaged our continent, African leaders like President Olusegun Obasanjo and the late Kofi Annan of blessed memory helped catalyze global responses that birthed the Global Fund and Gavi. When Ebola struck West Africa, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her colleagues became a moral compass for the conscience of the continent. During COVID-19, President Cyril Ramaphosa rallied the African Union into collective action on vaccine access. Today, President William Ruto is leading the charge to eliminate malaria as a continental scourge. Today, President Kagame is the African champion on domestic health financing and is leading advocacy in building resilient, self-reliant African health systems. We built enduring institutions like CDC, Panabios, the African Medicine Agency, that are not merely bureaucracies. These are symbols of an emerging African health ecosystem that is rooted in digital innovation, it is grounded in data, and designed for self-determination by African countries. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, here in Ghana, we have not stood still. We have uncapped our National Health Insurance Scheme financing, opening a fiscal space of about 3.5 billion cedis more for broader and deeper health coverage. We've launched the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, otherwise called Mahama Cares, a sovereign innovation mobilizing public, private, and philanthropic capital to tackle chronic disease burdens like hypertension, diabetes, and kidney failure. Our launch of our primary health care program in the coming months, along with the recruitment of community health volunteers, will improve the general health and wellness of our citizens, marking a significant step forward in preventive care. And that is where DG Tedros has promised to help us. But let me share one real-life story. And this is of Akosia, a young mother in a town just not too far from Accra, called Dodowa. She survived childbirth complications because the CHIPS compound she attends was digitally linked to a regional hospital. And so in real time, she had a real-time referral system that saved her life in childbirth despite the complication. A digital prescription platform ensured that she received the medicines that she needed without delay. This is not a vision of the future. It is present reality of health sovereignty in Ghana. We are not merely reacting to emergencies, we are building systems that create jobs, reduce inequalities, and uphold the dignity of every Ghanaian, no matter where they are. Health is wealth, and we must reframe the economics of well-being. We must reject the outdated notion that health drains our economies. In truth, health is the engine of productivity and the bedrock of inclusive growth. The WHO has shown that for every $1 invested in health resilience, it yields up to $4 in returns. This return is even greater in Africa, where youthful populations represent latent economic dynamism. And so every malaria case that is prevented is a day of work that you have regained. Every maternal death that is avoided is a family that continues to remain stable. Every vaccinated child is a future you have secured for your nation. We must therefore urge our ministers of finance, and I'm sad our Minister of Finance is not here, to treat health as a capital investment, to encourage sovereign wealth funds to allocate resources to biotech, to diagnostics, and resilient infrastructure, to call on economists to revise national accounts to reflect health as productivity multiplier and not a consumption expense. And so I suggest that we act decisively at three levels. And the first one is that globally we must champion a new health governance architecture that reflects a multipolar, digitally interconnected, climate-challenged world. Health governance must be democratic, it must be just, and it must be fit for the 21st century realities. The second one is that regionally Africa must scale up its homegrown solutions. The Africa CDC, the African Medicine Agency, the African Continental Free Trade Area Health Corridors, and the AUDA NEPAD Resilience Agenda. These are all things that we need to scale up. And then nationally, we must execute not merely plans. This requires political will, domestic resource mobilization, and as DG Tedros said, effective leadership. So success is going to depend on our scaling innovations like PanaBios for digital health verification and pandemic preparedness, Proper for transparent medical supply chains, and BioNovac to transform vaccine production from molecules to the market. And what are the new commitments? Today I'm pleased to announce two significant commitments. The first is the Presidential High-Level Task Force on Global Health Governance. This will be a convening platform to engage global and continental partners to redesign the health governance systems for the world we live in now, not the world of yesterday. The second will be the launch of the Sustain Initiative, and this means scaling up sovereign transitions and institutional networks. This is a bold African-led platform that will align our national budgets with our health priorities, will mobilize sovereign, diaspora, and philanthropic capital into our health systems. It will foster cross-border learning, innovation, and accountability. And I extend an open invitation to all nations represented here to join us in building an African health investment ecosystem that is driven by purpose and is powered by equity and anchored in our sovereignty. And so, to conclude, the Accra Declaration for Health Sovereignty that we are discussing in this summit is more than a policy forum. It is a moral call to action. It is a strategic milestone and a continent-wide awakening. And I wish to thank all those who have stood with us in this journey: the Afro Champions, the African Union, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Georgetown University, the Obasanjo Foundation. Your partnership reflects the new multilateralism the world needs, grounded in co-creation, not extraction, and based on mutual respect for each other and not charity. In a world where floods erase borders and disease do not need passports, we must remember one truth: that in the face of suffering, we are all human. In the face of suffering, titles disappear. There are no doctors, there are no watchmen. What remains is our human dignity. What remains is our solidarity and our shared resolve to protect life. Health is not a luxury. It is the foundation of our freedom. It is the currency of our dignity, and it is our greatest public good. And so let the world hear this from Accra. Africa's pain is not a deficit, it is a death of perspective. Africa's healing is not a plea, it is a rallying cry for sovereignty. Our sovereignty is not isolation, it is co-creation. And so together, what should we do? Let us reset the moral compass of global health. Let us build systems that generate wealth, uphold dignity, and expand purpose. And let us not only reimagine our future, let us own it. And let us make our systems more resilient and self-reliant. And so I thank all of you who have come to join us. And from Accra, we say, let Africa rise and take advantage of the opportunities available. I thank you, and God bless us all.
And also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics in the different studio. 37 Abebese Street, the heart of Accra, Usu, editor in all the 16 regions across the country, north, south, east, and west. Eduku Pimo Tamalia, Kesmi 106.7 FM, Sansuni, Unianma, Wobole, Fire Life, or in Kiligi FM, Zeps FM, or Zebila, YW FM, Bokuya Source 100.1 FM, and a Pussy Guy Wing Pan Sampa. Wende FM. Of original capital goes to Yananum 92.5 FM station with ambition. Sansuna Duno FM so it was Sankore. Yakobono regional 90.9 FM was Soko. Nsuma FM so it was Nkra Nkwanta. If you wanna fee Yakovuta regional capital where global 105.1 FM with region stations miensa. You are 79.7 FM Oketika Cheki FM or Passa and you know animal what just a fire life. It was Buem FM. If you wanna fee Yonko Central Regional Capital Cape Coast and Abu Remo Ewo Kotokuraba Market ya Adom Samson su Ekremo Ewo Yibu Remo Ewo Asin Fusua Rich FM Yenuanma Omonso Ewo Eastern Region other regions in Amuti Takrade Western Regional Capital Sharp 106.9 FM na Izama Elembele Lands and Natural Resources Minister Honorable Kufibua Nikrum also West End 100.3 FM London for Fire Life for GFM Radio and Fire Life Radio America Memo Virginia Apple 68 FM Facebook Live Power 979 TV SYZ Ghana Samsung on YouTube SYZ broadcasting and Sama Mugabe Maase the capacity man Yabo no amede ebrewe na yekase aboafo bi ne touch Victory Garlic Mesa efi Dr. Mwako Moses Clinic and Eba Center on the medical capsule se eboaye Power Specialist Eba Hospital yemami edu ya so eka ho ene Benada obeti sola kenkana medima fo heba clinic so beti omo enka Safari Valley Eco Resort onso ko said be ya wo so betime akọ for enjoyment holiday bia na wo so wabuku na wotumi akopiem eho es natural mineral water say simply natural live kit capsules for Moses Clinic and Eba Center and Hebron Hills International School. Kimokwada Romane Techra, Yedi Jumedie Ebrewo. Finance Minister Honorable Dr. Kesalato Forcing Akasa, and Sembe and Wade Aka, Yakuku Bua by 2 more and Radei, and Sembe and Wade Aka, Shano Saya Wada Bay, a year 7th of a year August 2025, and a year new crop season. Or Mobitimi Ebia, Kuyafobitimi Mukoko, Akoko, CMB, a year Akodo na aja omotumi akokari wonkoko na wotumi aje sika foforo entumu abano etumi atake effect on the 7th day of August 2025 onyina yesema yede ebro minority in parliament nso no omo akasa efa koko ntumu no nsembe na committee omo agric ne koko affairs omo so ede atu edwane nyina na yebehwe data send koko ntumu no esi etie compared to the previous years yede no ato Cote d'Ivoire ho ni awese ne yede ni nyina no so no esi eko enu NDC amanyoko koto aba one parliamentary candidate a obedi animu ediama NDC akwatia by elections eba so on the 2nd day of September 2025 na chese yenua NSCOMI o ye MPP ni a wotumi ehwe ne nkwan ya no afei enu mo beyi ni pa foforo a obetimi edi timamufo a wo akwatia beto ampeso aso omo ano ewo emrahye bedwafim we nyina yensem a yede ebrel ewo power na TV SYZ tene ya na fuel stations ya etwehia ewo Ghana ene wiase afana babia semeti wo yeda ho na yaba de aka nyina nso no yede nyina ebeto amso na enne eyo panyi bi pa ne birthday wo ye MP for Lejokuku constituency in the Greater Accra region of the Republic of Ghana onmonyan for eye Honorable Ben Ayiko ene ne birthday me ba ye be di hon komo more fire na ya no for na mo so na me catch you say me angels no mo disappointed MPP pa o mo forget akwatia me say MPP pa o mo forget akwatia san say me akasankasa no ma ha say lazy me boot no ya mene Malik Basintale mo ne Samija mfimo ye beka ye ho abom ne akwa sheki eye akwatia enti minu yakuma Sami ewukumo minu yakuma eye lawyer eye Jasin Koduamo omo betumi ayi dede bia omo pese omo ye de omo ye nanso enya ade se ye kwa akwatia akodi nkuguo ye kwa akwatia na yakoka nsempa His Excellency John Drama akwatia fo semutie mi sabre ene 5th of August 2025 sa akwatia fo semutie mi a me ka kire mo say MPP ni nipa bia edema the good people of eye akwatia yesi ebesi usu anke yeden ke hye woma mfin wotwe a MPP na Akufo-Addo ene ne bawomia ebefa wo man wei akwatia eye region Akufo-Addo ho no free region Eastern region akwatia ewo Eastern region bisa ho say enipa be pa na akwatia munya free eye MPP abemu 8 years yes enipa be na munya free mu free akwatia nyame na aya adom ana kwanya bi say aba beto ede amamo na eyemra awose muteki bold decision a critical thinking like we won say decision we me take no ede abapa bi be yeden ebebre me enya decision a obeteki a ebe say eniema ewufie power to the people TV SYZ ne Power FM decision a obeteki a ebetimi di mpuntuo abrabom MPP any power omuni to me say NDC for ne na to me ni kurayen ye ka se mpua ene epu na sabe ya wotiwe wo opportunity say NDC candidate no bedu no to aba at the manor on the 2nd day of September mabra bobetimi ayeden asesa wo ye constituency secretary wo obi abodo suko wako into the gutters wane moa na to eye moa modehye mo hwehwe na ne pa mo behunu mo hwehwe na enwumra mo behunu mo hwehwe na wi mo behunu anadwo de so ma mo behunu wono ne yefa ne say bedu no lawyer bedu no nyame na ayi na mamo MPP ni pa bia e de mamo e wakwatia it is videos na has circulate and now we know MPP for na say actually and we mo forget we mo that useless talk no useless video na o mo circulate no mo forget we mo ya resate Ghana akwatia for mo so mo chafa wom akwatia for baba jamaa ko mo akwatia for mo so mo chafa wom yes ye pe obi a yehwehwe na ye behuno yesi yesoma obanyansafo yesoma na motenten upe obi asoma na wosoma obi a ukasa problem wo ha Mugabe ko ho woni se Mugabe wo gidi wo mo se okwa sa problem no ye be fixe Yes, leadership. You free the free slow and the manipa. Say ya mo say wo be your leader. Wo prekura na de ahencha ne shawa ebe woro. Enu ti na me kan kire mo say mamu nye mistake. Opposition MP woni nipa bia wode Abraham wonye connected woni lensi bia wode ko pre bibi di Abraham. Me se mi pre bibi akomi kroma. Ni Mugabe ametie se mi pe bibia kosubre so tepa na ajima prempe me bra panyini ya wo opposition MP o pe bibia kotepa menya no onuru ho MP prince wa ba mu no o pa wo bepe me kwa ya fama me anso sie do mama wa ba mu se me MP ni ko ba be sie ko pre bibia ye de ba ma me agya MP ni no timini anu makwatiafo mamu nye mistake. Brother Bia Mekase, me as NDC sympathizer, Cadbury member of the NDC. Yeah, media John Mahama, His Excellency. Ni ye die ni NDC ye die, any Ghana ye die ena me peno. Me hon for me ya, me he MPP fu. Tie ni ye pa. Yes, me hwe fie kane. Panifo kasa bi wo say, we ye fie nipa. Se contract no NDC for nya bi nya ya me fa koma MPP for watch my lips. Yes, and papa ya obey lawyer bedu ya NDC akoto abayi na oba represent the good people of Aya Akwatia come Aya 2nd September 2025 yakoto aba ekunimdie na angels ne de ekunimdie na mane dada no the 900 million angels edi kunimdie na mane dada no MPP for any mistake say omo be sakasaka. I'm sending the warning to them this afternoon. Mawa mun da so omo be making wrong move. Sa omo sa twa for no omo tetu omo ya say muko tua invisible forces for no muko sort omo out ne data force for no na mo fo muko akwatia no mamu nya mistake. Mamu nya mistake. Sa mu ya mistake ya be chemu say ye ne kula to me. Yes, muye mistake wakwatia ya betche mu where power lies, and if persuasion fails, force must be applied. Ma wo bi nya na dwene se wo ye be ma che obi wabekwa akoye sakasaka tie mi ye wakwatia ya beto aba no frenchem bedu be ni kunim frenchem hwisi amamu papa we na wote akwatia first wo to mo awutumi to Oba Eko University first year student wutimi entua ni school fees ene eye free ena oba ko eye or the saying school fee di no ye aduane ni ye kama ade mamofra no koko buo ne kosoro mo pa ba we na mo pa ba bai akwatiafo aban we ni aban a odwene Ghana fo Ablekumanof anya mistake. Ablekumanof o manya dai o manya mistake. Appointment no egusu kwaso. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o chiche nwie. Abrati ade ono so ne chab bedu no ba parliament ane sabeka ne chefa. Ete serve for deda o mo ye wo Ghana ha. Deda afie nyansa bi anim. Ana o mo ye o mrase bedefie. Wo pa ba we na pa ba ba jomama ba we wo pa ba we na pa ba ba abaya wo resete we mabuna ye do mo wura wa yi fire service any prison service in the keka ho uncountable MPP baba campaign dia message be no de koma akwatiafo dollar na o mo di ko ja 17 no jomama di about 10.4 message be no ba wo mi amko ha wo mo de ko Timonya study. Mamo kotua ba numu ho. Mamo kotua ba enum ho. Mo pemputuo. Makwa ebe ye. Mo mabure be nyuma ye. Eye lawyer bedu. And was some to aba mano. 2nd September 2025. Kotiafo minimum wi. with this dedefo etesabi dedefo no omun kanya sasembia wa parliament wo sasa leader na odi wo manimu no efie nyansa bono wo mu leader na odi wo manimu amrese bedwo efie nyansa bono okasa nyansa bia nim the way honorable akando mo bo adwuma the way honorable kofi bo amo ebo adwuma mini a George na Paul me boss the way mo bo adwuma Ghana for the toba prefer has a major fi gold board she Dr. Omane Buama honorable for the squad for so accountability series wemo penifo wemo eni ehia womo amamu we dia MPP de omu ho power say you some people be ho power pass say dia omu forget power enye nene china yes enye nene china na we see there trend ade se koye na Bernard Bediakono bedu no onya 380 votes ena Ali Koninsu enya 366 tu se na contest no ni mo siye pa ena ya domboache ono so nya 232 ti ye ko 2 September ye koto by na senior yini pafofro ya obedi animu ewo akwatia ntie ne Bernard Bediako bedu en wasi eto abaye den edema no so wotie me TV as was it and Power FM me catch you na wie menye mistake power to the people menye mistake a time for serious business Mugabe Maase say a time for serious business yeni agro ha tende midini pakasiye na eba ni petitu panyi kasiye chairman of Swamp of Nebetrasi chairman at the Cocoa Board Ghana Cocoa Board when a board chairman yeni agro amamwo wen yeni agro tidabia meka chosa wo ye fortunate sajo mama ne light no to so no ma appointment ya yiwakoma mu fita na sebo man no very soon mu be hu dia bakoso otama oil refinery very soon mu be hu dia bakoso e otama oil refinery mu fi se be dia agro ye ba be ye ni ye na Ghana fo hu se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nya kwakwahwe akwa bia na otumi dia appointment ma no ye mu nanim asenso da ye ba resete to obesa jira na so Ghana ha ama Ghana fo be hu say yes papa we wonim de oyeye we are not joking. Yes, the man knows what we can do. We are not joking. Power to the people. After the declaration, now some NDC supporters Umaya disappointed. Na yeti SMB omukaye. Now some American say the party leadership Wusha contest ni si ko ya 380 366 muka wa mu nyina mom yeni NNB ye nyina ya amanyoko ba ko ema constituency secretary no obi anim no akwatia ho se wa som NDC ani akọ contest ni wadi nkunim supporter bia mama MPP for the omuda su kweskano mama MPP for anka sebi enwura sem ngumasum esem anyansa nim engumasum ema mukoye mistake uye babu na me say abai we ubenya wo chefa o qualify police service ubetimi awuram military Ghana forces ubetimi awuram akwanya wo ho e de ma the youth men we see time ko jira social media ni atem men we see time ko tena aya TikTok any atem sa opportunity we abama mono abama lawyer Bediako bedu wotimi di nkunim so de angels na de abone dada wode ba mo benya mpuntu ewo akwatia mo sabe kamo de ewo akwatia yetie ne supporters ni bikai Sometimes what nasia ebi mu adwene wo mu butum. Yes, their personal interest. They don't think about the masses, the suffering. The man who won is the constituency secretary. Contest was very close, but they wedding kunim. I said, look at you, a polling agent on a cocaine man. No, or can letter a commission official as a conduct elections. No, yes, Samu. Ebia wo candidate ya o prefer candidate ni we nim kunima enu nkyere say ye be sate ye dede ebufo ne mmamra fam mama me s natural mineral water mama me s natural mineral water ebufo ne mmra fam ebufo no emra fam ekotiafo minuanom mama ebufo ne mmra fam mamonia bi before chiu mamonia bi before chi mudiam pipi fo achia emre bi me ka kire mo o radio go tv go dun muntie fm se kufa ado mo de ne ba Ghana e be call reverse be 20 years na so wo the month of December a week to see e be to abana contract ahodu akufa ado ne na koromfo yi tipsy o mo sensan ya ho bedwire I call them thieves. Omo yakromfo. Me can without fear or favor. They are thieves. PDS. Go ahead. Can. Kwaya no mo faso mo bese wo tonton. Labadi Beach Hotel any other hotels. Akromfo. Akwatiafo we mu na mo pe wo mo. We mu na mo pe wo mo. Mu wakwanya wo. Abrantia also we organizer ya wo ye dede. Kan wagoma to yem. So we a party organizer kan wakoma to yem. Wo minanie. President Kofosa obey general secretary in opposition here. Ene wo ya watchman akura ewo abaye wo power ma mfasuom. Kan wakoma to yem. Haji afo no mukama kuma to yem. Because Obia won the candidate. Said the Mekan was too close. 380, 366. Inti adaya ebufo be yadan ebeba. Mo papa ba ko pe o. Me se mo papa ba ko pe. Ye nyina papa ne John Mahama. John Mahama se me ka kira me se mo kama kuma to mu yem. Akwatiafo. Mo bedi yie. Mo kama kuma to mu yem. Mo bedi yie. Me die munu ya ba ko pene me de ya meba ho ya de odo bodom metiu makao we ne ye wei ya fa ni nyina akoto nchen ni anyi sit ne meka ya de no ho 87 o manyan dede ni o mo ya parliament o mo pekwa ama o mo nko obi afa o mo government business be koso Islamu ajobreu akwatia ajobreu medamasi akasimanum na bo eye no nan ITVS was it and a power 97.9 FM onaba to force akasa e de atudwa se Isasalasi John Dramani Mahama free fertilizer sadi be makoko akuafo na wasan ede tertiary education scholarship scheme so dia ma kokwa akuafo emma ewi asidi papa na wa badaye sei John Mahama me se nipa na wa badaye sei yeti ensema honorable Atoforsin Dr. Eddie Atuga.
Preparation for the new season, Cocoa Board has made available jute sacks and related logistics for the smooth takeoff of the 2025-2026 crop season. Ladies and gentlemen, and to you, the cocoa farmer, I am pleased to announce that President John Mahama's administration has reintroduced the free cocoa fertilizer program as an additional support to the Ghanaian cocoa farmer beginning 2025-2026 crop season this year. Beginning this crop year, President Mahama's administration will supply the following for you for free. Free cocoa fertilizer, both liquid and granular. Free insecticides, free spraying machines, free fungicides, and free flower inducers to the cocoa farmer. Government strongly advises cocoa farmers to apply these inputs solely for the purpose of improving your cocoa yields and income. Please don't smuggle them. And for emphasis, President Mahama has introduced a tertiary education scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers. Subsequently, in the 2025 and 2026 season, Cocoa Board will develop modalities and implement the cocoa tertiary scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers, which will take effect from the 2026 and 2027 academic year.
Very well. Finance Minister Papa Wofi Nyansa, Dr. Atoforsin Amotene Kano. And I have been under and some Nimi, and some Madame Wamba. And I obey Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofunkan. Cocoa Board, or no board chairman. hwɛ toto niema decisions a wode mu beteki said the bear Ghana in cocoa sector no niema betimi ayɛ akɔyie ɛwɔ asoye ho na yɛtie solar cancer solak
state process na yɛka no 77 but we say a gland ka se bi a gland ade a wɔkyi nsuo ba ana opu nsuo ba na so a gland na se wo draw process no see apa se bi I say window nut no to him say net here to could them finfi the location is just sitting beneath the bladder fan say o bladder nini na so odun so try nini na urethra nini na no hye ntemo say it is a prostate ne how power we are seeing na say any kind of function part say on no produce swimming pool na sperm cell e dwa mu if you be ma hokọ baba wa ifo ahia na ne how power means one prostate enlargement awoken sa aye kase de senkeye and 2 prostate infection say bacteria bi abetina mu and 3 prostate cancer say gene na mutate adan ho bi foforo ne how power means na de din kan ye hwe ne o ka ho say prostate say enlargement no the cause of spine back sa miensa edin kan is age dependent first panan ke 50 years e say na drop by 45 na e say ba 40 say ba sa 35 de be na account mo say age no difference no tia net ba form ken de tia ne say on say sebe ye hwe age no am yet to see akonya 20 years ye say the prostate iron large o de bem bia kwanya no say yenina propensity de rumbe hia na drop it no say repeat biem average the whole world ka oban be menhia ma alpha say na make nkranka ho ya na ebo sanka twice a week yeni e penny pound 3 times a week sa nanka by time I yen 40 ko 50 na ko bia once a week 50 to 60 na bia ko one in 2 weeks pension once a ko once a month one in 3 months dia beni on say prostate no e produce swimming pool no I say sperm cell jaro mu mo na o produce na yen nsu e tata wache no na ye second wo de barrel esiwo na de nsu ogum atamu ache ya eden na emu na ayetro boni say chemical unstable now say chemical instability na bin come prostate enlarge with age dia be to Ghana for men na for say mesremo ya shaw kawa makwan ye mieja mo na ye bija na okra wo pon to sanse sebe asemba ho a wo so be sebe pain no wo so be famu bi. Number 2, fruit and vegetables, but we say red in color. I say lycopene rich. Make fruit and vegetables. Say watermelon, fresh tomatoes, onions, grapes, and you a salad composted by force. Can some say no worry out way and can breakfast now what they come. Yes, you see that time any me pentwako power FM me late it won't see that some young fasa and you may like operation and kind diet went no like opinankasa in science when you say antioxidant and I say a military man sebe or body ho ban edika ade bia de enlargement urban nanka pro sa like opin waje santo kona kunu ewu nanka ya twese didi sebe bia sebe ye pe no essence young fasa de enka diet no and medication element no amasa protection for sebe prostate gland any ho it adeke trouble see apa na asha sebe stretch any point number 2 3 sebe red meat mekamo janam anka yenyi na esenke yeteso na de nsumunam ehye ni mwesi da bi yesua no yenyi chop money ye ni de yepe aseba na kan sa no me papa ni sano sebe na mepe aponchinam odwanam na me chop money sebe ye ku odwan na me more when ye de ma me na se de nan se da ma ye Dr. Solomon sebe chop money ese metimi edi mojanam na me clear areas na mentimi be na me sha now sa confusion be to bon sa fe yeso no na sebe myoglobin contain sebe sa red meat no e contain ade fe myoglobin sebe no de e prostate gland na echiwade ompe it is san say ye na echiwade e ka no na say ye ni white meat make chicken nom ensumunam no yemfa saade ni enka ye diet no na mo de na sebe se ye na ye dia no ye di no sa ne o miensa we e na ma prostate gland no enlarge na prostate enlarge a obo say the symptoms pay makwa sa fall edin carbon say the ease anka wo jonso bema de ka wo jonso sebe nka wo say ye de metaka say e ba say no mutim de as ba ema na asa ba na wo blada nim e kode na o ya san de kakra obo say wo shoot na ba e ji hwe na nka san yo Dana so den ntesa wo jonso sebe wo gunsu agi so tiem ebue eni pamro kini kola so ayo adan anti amei ensmp ekira wo sesebe post no sebe enlargement aba ho ye hwa de bi ha brother ne nie ne video tra no so die post sebe shemfifi wa ha se eye kese na ye se wo blow air into balloon it will say outside ne stretch na inside ne stretch na pipe when air kamia no enti se be wo jonso agi se wo tene ye and sana pipe no bie amasa jonso na ba sa ha we nanti ene adupa ye fe ne Prostafet herbal capsules abajaso PROSTA Prosta now the fit aka ho Prostafet herbal capsules your body man say Johnson boko sometimes no wie obon sa da sebe first pa no na ka wo gunsu e ba totin na sa gunsu na da no ase Kudus Muhammad o ikeche no na e dissipate na so se box mu e bon kai so prostate no enlargement aba ho ebie unye diabetic and so do so more than 3 times answer na de action e bon kai hwe biochemistry no enka Johnson me kan time no range no ye ye da ye sorry no nsuo no e 2 hours interval maximum one ma enso no nsuo no e maximum 3 hours interval fan se me da 10 pm no do 2 kan obia 12 midnight magu nsuo baako plus 2 am plus 2 4 a.m. and 3 times and so what sabe only diabetic wo Johnson more than 3 times here e bon can say prostate no question makaba ho ebie obon se o Johnson wi a ofiri se bia ka residual volume e se so sako promo bi e bon kae sa ha wo ne wan pe ho asmanka de ya de ba ne se obon se hade bo ha Johnson ya thousands e fi SCP and a pipe we so cartoon mbie ena sebe akem tenya ne den wo ma me answer ehia ne den wa dwen kire wo sei either see the pipe ebe to pipe asia ha base near punchy hole na you ina fe mu aba ama se pipe when you ni fe mu no ye the pipe let's be to ebe sha no ha ni ye pia so kakaka sa enya hwe ebe ko da afa ne sa ni ye pia de aba na pipe na emu asi ebie choose mu ba ko na the pipe ne fa ne fe se be keteta no ensimibri ene ye poncha ho no sebe asefofro sa ha we nyinanti ene dupa eden base ye fa ni Prostafet herbal capsules abajaso her mode of action no ye animal trials ni fa male abinurat case herbal department ene induce mo posit na enlarge ye acid scan ye PSA test ene afia this supplements alkaloids, anthraquinones, coumarins, terpenoids, phytosterols, but it's where biotic compounds are and what Prostafet herbal capsules no more. And then more creative water. You know, within 8 weeks, no, some prostate no action so then a one crayon so sabe it's in soon every pipe na akatu auto dilator so e word pa e fe ni Prostafet herbal capsules no akwa ebie e ma sabe fe Johnson e ba boko enti na Prostafet herbal capsules no ye body man say Johnson boko men twen ka se da emfa me ho sister hwe se ade ba kwa ya na awe ho ne se da aye na dwuma nyina wie as regional minister na anase headmaster anase a professional nurse na obi na okọ the pensioner satan na esi na ni one na yire ni gie na satan sebe keteta bi eda de mu na de ba kwa ro pa so be ko na esukọ no man nurse ni we school kwanche 23 years now for kuna die na wo hwa de dinya yi ase ka boy for jam 2 weeks boking ati ese da be papa no na wo de ade yi ko na sebe mo je pra ho a ewiabo masa how we nema abra Prostafet herbal capsules so ma won sanka bi use for 8 weeks e be sa symptoms near free hope I restore prostate sebe adrenalize na aba normal na sa how me free hope until the body man say Prostafet herbal capsules was say John Soboko question bia fa san ko be hu bia ye di na fa telephone is here ni ko question bia ni ko se sia me MTN no e 0245 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 I am busy for Airtel no majo so sanse me do hu nyame Airtel no so ye 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 62 63 kai se eye Prostafet herbal capsules. Ye body bane say Johnson Boko. Johnson had de. Na last one hew. Na one san capsule stafeta e same sister. Catch you ukunu. To be sincere.
Don't be an eye. I'm for you about this one every time I say, baby, shit. My gosh.
I'm saying so enough for maybe the
Sister who's pa? It's only gas.
I'm not sure then why. My wife.
Down yankana wa.
Sister Coles. Use gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient.
LPG, let me see your hand. Ooh, gas.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have visited.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Missy Menano, a group bassa, every bravo, Tibet.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow, na yes, a do maybe crana, me bano timide, or maybe gumi so weekend. Hey, remember. I don't think I'm a catcher or say, Yano, Medi, garlic capsules. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well. Medi, garlic capsules. Yes, Medi, garlic capsules.
Mugabe Maase garlic capsules. Black mamoja dini paduanimu efusani yi na esiesie obani berima mahona wodin. Ubinya edui bi ato omanyimu pharmacy store trayen 050-349-4885. Edui enye mamofra enye ndi mfiedu apemfo ene emma emanofo. Mugabe Maase ni how FDA ajije din kratui atu.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your world's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there! We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midyear off the Solomon Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Gawest and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Met and agreed on the producer price of cocoa for the 2025-2026 season, which opens on Thursday, 7th August 2025. Subsequently, government is pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 per ton to $5,040 per ton. I thought you clapped for cabinet. Let me repeat. Subsequent to this meeting, the government of Ghana is pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 per ton to $5,040 per ton. The government has, by this decision, increased the producer price significantly by 62.58% in US dollar terms. This increase in the producer price represents 70% of the gross free on board value of $7,200 per ton and aligns with the NDC's manifesto and President Mahame's promise to pay the cocoa farmer 70% of the FOB price. It is significant to note that for the 2024 and 2025 crop season, the previous administration set an FOB value of $4,850 per ton of cocoa and the producer price at $3,100 per ton, representing 63.9% of the FOB price, even though the world market price at the time was much better than today. And for emphasis, between 2024 and 2025, the previous administration set the FOB value at $4,850 per ton, even though the world market price condition was far favorable than today, whilst today we've set the FOB value at $7,200. The gross FOB value was arrived at using the outstanding cocoa contract of about 100,000 tons sold at $2,600 per ton in the 2023 and 2024 crop season, and average forecast for the 2025 and 2026 crop season. We arrived at the 7,200 FOB price after we took into consideration 100,000 tons of cocoa contracts sold at $2,600 per ton for the 2023 and 2024 crop season, and an average forecast for the 2025 and 2026 crop.
Well, Finance Minister Dase Dr. Kesila Tofosi Enche Chairman Ofosu Ampofo Ebejina Kwenya na yetumi edi nkomo ene ewie ewudwumadi kesi so o TVS was na power 97.9 FM menu akapuchino midimafo ya ba ewa ha tawu na afre no chama enye na kwenya ne yetrase na yeni nkomo memu akwaba
mejo so medase mamemfa nchia emfa mfiri midimafo ba hospital Dr. Temda so da no fama de ohwe ene ne wutie ene awie na mimusa se wapomoden etisen midimafo ba hospital ene ebisa osase mbisei Asiani makuma kumi ni okuma se ebu akwa atwoma go school junction and Accra epoko asemayira. Adia ba akono sasa oba medimafo eba hospital. Ma me papa me aba me abema yenye drum fanko gu chemical shop na pharmacy shop say kotobi na nom menya apomden. Ye tie no say ye betimi aye ndro no de aba begu pharmacy shop na wan hwe abet na nom be say aduonum 50 kura mpo no obenom so no hunto. But doctor say, Sarabeya, and yes, so Giddy sick at the Aguni Botom, Bravima for a hospital. Oba the brother to Yarian so. The Ishan Kenya me or boss or no boss as I say, Baby Yarian Shabiano, Doctor Ebetua see at the amount. Now, your doctor who are the name of my binding Nubna Hotua on your may boy, you know, San Habino and a doctor at the Ayo Wojuma. Obeka say seni enkenua ne habani na ye onyankopon de entinin kan sase ye gisika ade ba akono say doctor say fasika keto beje wa yarasa esan say wono mo mbekọ wuram ho ombekọ kotutu muhini no wono mo mbekọ kwa wa inu bena no ene wono mo mbetete haban no e wo say ka omode kro omofuwa ena afa aduane ombedi nyina no eda doctor so enu nti no say fasika keto beje wa yarasa enu nti sa wo yare ya maintenance nkasa me yare de meko wo say doctor say o man fa yare ne mfa nko wo da biarada say haban wo ho na wonyame aka kire say monni aduaba no mfa haban no mfa nsam ho yare ade ba akoro say me medimafo ba hospital nuro me no mbi da bia na me no kasa kura bi hwa me ho a me no all the time enu nti me ka kire say so obepie mo medimafo a yare be na etete wo yare be na edi unyanti a wo say wo yare ni eni anu aduro o page the kwa person free o amana ne ba bia wi asafe na wo bia e ba Schengen countries na dia doctor ba all the time enu nti no doctor betima bra wa duro mo betimi ne ya kasa o WhatsApp no so o amana ne ya na doctor duro ba bia obehwe o be study no ya o betima mo ya tests ahodo o betwa scanner ya sande no na afi wa study no ahwe na afi wa bere oniro kama na ho atumi ato pato e medimafo e ba hospital doctor time eda so what the bere na de ye adwuma ye numbers no every Friday bia no a premium service eno no ye say wo person obi hu doctor one on Fridays obi a business person obi oni adaje kra obi nso ho ye MP na minister but obra medimafo about Fridays no a premium service eno no betu just registration of 200 Ghana cedis wo free online na no register 0244 774282 0244 774282 afei 0500 727215 tienie pa 0500 727215 the last number is 0245 449592 0245 449592 number sama bosso mi ensa nyina ye medimafo ba hospital dia oba frɛ na ye di nkomo first number na on WhatsApp abetimi ne ye di nkomo eno so na oba ye registration of 200 Ghana cedis ne tie na say Dr. Shaw Brasa Friday o time na ye 1 o'clock ampacho 1 na Dr. Tana say twel say 2 no twel 3 na Dr. Tana say twel o medi lie but this aka ne nyina no o mpesa obetua registration of 200 Ghana cedis for premium service baby abetumi even on Friday no on person obeba for premium service abetumi ba yarasa bia ho ye wa doctor for atete wo mo nurse for mpacho wo makọ school no mu ni de ye lab technicians wo makọ school no mu ni de mpacho ye mfo bi mfane mfiri kwancha mfane mamedimafo o nyina professionals o bua na opomode yatumi akonkan obi o asemi ni obi odem beba mesida ba mpacho ne hia se obenya taxi driver bia na obenya driver bi odo beba onya baduru wonko ade a enura obegesi assist no bia no mpacho obenya boafo mana boa emedimafo ba hospital ma me obetima ba beda ade chia ne ahwo papa obetima ba beda ade chia ne ahwo eho oba obetima so gari obetima obenya bia opese odi bia di emedimafo ba hospital obenya ba bi nso ada anya se o current hotel ana o current ba bia no ada oba medimafo ba hospital opese obeda na ade chia ahwo ye be ma ba bia ada yo pokwa asamayira Kumasi ebu kwa atwoma go school junction mama nka ese mo nkyero obi o se me kidney say yes me kidney enye yebie wan ne ka kyero se kidney enye yebie o yaresafo ne awurade anu nti so nyame ka se o kidney be ya onipa bia ne ho be ka se enye da biara da se akwasi broni yaka na se ka na se na nipa timi repair ka na mani sin na mu de dada mu a me pa chow wo nipadua na onyankopon abɔ no nyame na bɔ ye enti se ba bi to chema ono nyame no wo ho kwan se osanso ye ne yie na esi ne dadam etode bia na nipadua no eduru ba bia how bi ba mu anu ankasa healing no ho bare ana ehia be bia be push no sare be ya healing ne betimi akọ entem eno nti na ya na immune system no ho hia se tambia no ho beden na tumi akọ ade ama nipadua no medimafo ba hospital oba ye kyerɛkyerɛ ye na mkwan bia so kyerɛkyerɛ kwan a obefa so na ho atumi atɔwo ade ba kso obi ho ase ena o kidney no kra no asay enye ye mpacho obi obeka sa bia oboa obi ka kira sa bibidro say kidney mpacho se ne hu onyame se muni aduaba no mfa haban no mfa nsam ho yare se onim sa haban no do sa ho yare na de o ha obeba nko nka sa asam no mfa nkyere oba bi wa mpacho o menses emayi afi obi wa kra ne menses atwa kra ade ba kro se wanka se wanya air topic se wonya air topic ene mogya tu wo fine obi nso a wo ye abortion na moja 2 besa 3 weeks sa nyoma mienu wei ene koko ene enyoma ebetumi ma menses asizie anya sades wanya air topic ene empokram postro wanyinyin sa ma moja 2 besa weeks sa pa cho menses na wo se ba wo se flu enti me ma fa bere me ma fa ba hospital bia na koko na esa oba bi wo so mimini atanka enti nkwada ye o ma ba fie kura bi ba akukura Jimmy boy ana o Jimmy kunu ade na boso ma me bra me ma fa ba hospital koko timi esa esansa wo sauce na woni padua no ama o ma ho de na bra o ma ho de na se eno nti na o ntimi nya adwuma se de o se o mo ye adwuma na ye so mu a utimi ka se aje sei enu nyina fa bra me di ma fone afre yam wa ibetu koko na se de ama oba o skin ntimi nya smooth esansa koko nti afifi oni padua no nti ama o skin aye wura o de ba me di ma fo ya bo ne atu asem ade ama o yo poko asema ida kuma se abu akwa atwuma go school junction be ma bi nso wa mpacho de tensa untumi mu adwuma be ma me se ukọ esienim na akọ adwuma 1 minute ukọ 2 minutes oba na wo so boss toro also aje sutro esansa be ma de also ye adwuma team fifiri me ka adwuma ye anadwuma asem na me kan se be ma menye 5 minutes anye 10 minutes menye 5 minutes na menye 10 na menye 20 minutes from 45 minutes to 2 hours now ye adwuma no enya afi na akoye so na me makomi ensa na makọ 4 obeka bom na 1 minute 2 minutes na obeka bom na 8 minutes but was makọ 4 na makọ se mpacho da bi be ma also ye adwuma team fifiri oba no konanti krom no abre also timi ye no ho adwuma na afi no timi sisi no ho so enya afi na abegyene no oba me dimafo ba hospital aduro ye dem ma no nya aphrodisia aduro tie ni ye pa abibiduro na nya aphrodisia enya sa wo nom ne oba akwakoda esiesie oni padua ntem bia ho dendende me na di 96 years me ma me dim 89 years ampacha wo so no mfie bia obedi bia so timi gina onan so na otimi bo adwuma haban ena ye de ye adwuma obedimafo ba hospital Dr. Tanda so no obi o o say me be ma no fa na form wanya enem yare bi ti se gono ana suffers ahodo yare dodo na emanya na sai be ma mpacho fo ubo se be wiase no na obe ma no fa na form wo sanka wo nyini na be ma no so nyini ba ode ne ntimi nyini ana akan sensemu sa atesan asa ka afro people na asa ati free asa na chi no sa na be ma na ye oba medimafo ye bo ye mo aduro mo a modi baraka sen chachira no bo se emu oden pa na eno nso ne aduro doctor de ma wa mpacho be ma no mu be yeden be tenten afo de abo adwuma pacho 5 days pen ye de ma wo oba also pa wo no ba medimafo a ye nkoma se konumbi kodibi kosabi kotua bi ade nko ni pa ba ko aduro na ye wan totope wonum na najona ne be ma ne hia ba ko pa mpacho mu hia biem bosume ba so na ba ne dem wo so ye chinyefo na wonte ho ase na wo ye chinyini a wachinjie nti aka kire se oba medimafo ase doctor me pesa me wo me ntua sika ansa me pesa me wo ansa na matua sika mpacho medimafo no se wo de yare ba na ka kire doctor se doctor me yare we me nyini so betumi asa doctor ebe ma ona afi wo sa yare we no aba betua ka medimafo ba hospital ene no edi nkomono na wa henia wo so fa bere medimafo ba wo fibroid de ba medimafo pressure no ba cho doctor wanti akoma no ade ba ko no sa pressure no anti akoma no mo aduro ma o pressure no aba be normal na fa otumi na to bi na ntaka kra no abre obi won so asiatica ne to ase twene pa fa bere medimafo na fa yentu wana mo na ya mo na yenhu sa ampa aduro e wo wiase na emu no nyanko yin aduro na wo si o aduro de obi aye aduro bara wo pe bia baba ho beto ye medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time da so ye say 3D yare aduro ye malaria aduro ne ye de ma wo ye hu say central region Eastern region, voter region, come here, Mianina, more malaria drew a hot near Kakofa, near Kohania Kofo, dear, near Kikanin Abonti Baby, Biara, Wobiaro, or no Madruno, Yanko to me to Hobato. What do you say? Tell me, I'm a castle dear for Isaiah, our 2 Kings 20 verse 7. Or say, but I'm a for them pomponem, no Mamba Sabasabo Bomono, or Mokachro Difo, no Difo, you consider Ben Crania Hobato, Difo Bora Mobano, and Habama in Ubina, and what about the Basani Mount Foniaria. Revelation 22 verse 2 was in a diabetes in Sonano, Habani Hini, Asanya, who doing now. Obama Dima for a hospital, and Habana doctor de Sayare. Yo, I have been a friend that would differ Kata, a year Drocasia Pabarunim, Obama Dima for a ball, there to a seria Mauji, and numbers no Braya Chrono, Yami Admochina doctor, Wakra, Poquasamayra, Niawada, Wakra, Poquasamayra. And on the Friday, so no pokwase mayra. Brana baja yarashe na onyankopo tuminti. Udi sikake tuwadi eba bejo wa yarasa. Na ne birthday no so ka no obeche. Number no 0244 77 4282 0244 77 4282 and 0500 727215 0500 727215. Last number is 0245 44 9592 0245 44 9592. I am in Dima Fueba Hospital, Dr. Time Edaso Muga.
Madasi for your time. Nyankopo ya Madasene. Never said in share. One time with Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, Board of Directors, Yomo Koko Board, one a chairman. I just said, no, Koko to me abayi, Ukopiemu Otepa, Subrisu, and Kasi Trabidi, Bidiako, and a year Gambia number 1, Gambia number 2, go sonin in Patamu, Kuku Musankore number co, and Kasemu, Omania Jedadia Suaba, and Mehame, Omania Ji Papa, and ye Asem Ketu Akura. Sabri Abika said, ye unmunyan for Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. Excellency John Dramani Muhammad, on your appointment, Sakeku. Sa papa yi ni ti abo bewu ya onu na sesei oda Koko board board of directors no omano as chairman hwe sede be ya ye Koko no akuafo media me ye Koko krasini ene Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo no anim ya je se enya asem ketu akora tie na ye besi nkonya na ya kan ye Koko sam no sene akwa kodru bebi afiri ye ene bebi a yakwa kudru se baby a wono nso no wodi DC pen na waya MP ho pen bagro ene ne abeto ampeso aso ho no wo so omudo Koko pa tene yesi konya de eye Koko ene ye beka ho ensem ene awie Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo chairman mwakwaba na poma na miadum edanie and we're very very say. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, with your appointment in Yansha.
Also, congratulations. Thank you. Also, I'm saying I'm for
say evidence of good living. Research in Libya.
And from Papa Airbo or Manum. Wow, number now, Hefimra or Mampany John Domino Mahama, Yankopon, yeah, Adum, Ma or signed by Befa, Abenya. Nini ama question there you can feel say from a papa ebo buying ama asumdwe kese so aboma we say nti yadanya me say ya brane ya hawo nyina no ama na nyekwa na ya daga na fo so asese aboma tro ye no ye show so bia ni ho wanu no say oto abama John Mahama ema na NDC equita to test majority in parliament if you say in show de egu akwan mu any other chebia eniama ekoso order na di wo ma e chepa say matna amamu mache but I can say our first 7 months there I say you can see good governance in action, you can see say policy delivery in action, you can see say adechebia ade ode ku akwemu no meneno ananti ache fimra ye mebeye chairman enye no nkwampo His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad yem say meneno esane ye no beye mfrishia bɛyɛ ɛkɔ aduasanie ɛfiri sɛ 1997 January 7th ɛna yɛsoa yɛn nyinaa into parliament na yɛbɛhyɛ adwumadi ase no. That is how far we have come. Ɛna ɛduru baabi a yɛkɔ opposition so na me national organizer na ɔyɛ director of communication for the party. Nti saa berɛ no na WhatsApp na de na ebi ni hɔ. Nti ɛtɔ da bi a me bɛtena parliament. Saa time office biara ni parliament a MPs wɔ. Nti na minority leader office ɛyɛ Gbagbe office no. Ɛhɔ a no bɛtena na wayɛ press statement na watwɔtwɔ nneɛma a ɔsɛ nyinaa na ma ba abɛgye. Mama ya photocopies ɛwɔ hɔ.
Type ni
na me firi hɔ a makɔ new plan station. Na me de sachima de kɔ, na me de ho de kɔ, na me de tamale de kɔ. Saa de kyekere party ya be si saa bɛyo. Until we have come very very far and he has shown a lot of commitment. And emra yeto aba when ninkunima okotena mpan sɛ yɛkɔ opposition no. Wantena se. You see me say when preparation meets opportunity, there is always great resource. Inti President Mahama a prepare no pass for every aspect of our national life. Obo modern say obinya the right caliber of people. Atnase achurch policies ni ade nyina eno na ema Professor Jena no Pukwajima se me fan se me boss a me ne ye adwuma no obe lead think tank a your friend no the lab.
Okay.
And a lab for no etimi nya animdefo bebre tena se hwe se ade bia President Mama pese oba abamu a obaye no ye mi ho dwuma nti sa policies ni nyina were put together. Now hwe policies na ode egu akwan mu na eno na ejina so ede manifesto the People's Manifesto. I had the 2020 elections. We 2020 elections now. Me dobia because me the meaning say the Kugo election.
Yeah, we won.
But it was a history making that you say yetimi enya hang parliament. Now for the first time yetimi enya a year speaker of parliament or your opposition. Na or parliament so yeah, right honorable Agwan Bagbe.
So only no call parliament 1992.
Ono di kan ono go 92.
And I oba
96. 96 election na dem buy. Nti ono de wachewu
to win the seat.
Awa wachemwa. Hata na enye saf wona nya no. Nti me kan nyina de asiso se enema bia President Mahama ka se obeye no. O sheda intentional, if it be intentional, transition near money in our pay and before Emma almost at 2 near ma and to buy an appointment so no or yeah independent be a part of the building of the manifesto and the policies what friend now would mean the philosophy behind and yeah this our policy the buyer ama policy delivery no egu na kwamwa sisi adeche bia na odefo fra betudwa adeche bia na odefo fra betudwa and so hwe Mahama care ode abaya is going to solve a very big problem for enipa bia nanka se nya no na ebeba ebi no ho hye ompa na o se me dialysis so na o twi bia me ko 2 times sika me de ko tia ye obi no ayebo o ye ni mo dey go through it nti sa yare kese ni na Mahama ke eba aba solve no yebehu nsunsanso a ede ebeba a friend say feed Ghana and all the interventions or the aba begu akwemu no ya de bia na unim da sa stress free friend say fee no say da o launch ye no na me wo hobi ewo Kofodua SDA College of Education. So we feel any jana ba Kofona kumamu ne osa no mo ba we are say menya let we also menya let we also menya let inti utimo say this is one president why na adwen say ne awaka so obeye no odinsi osiebe obeye yo no aye o can say obe reduce ministers Afri be 125 and the reduce system. You move more high and then I possible. That's not even much I back a cra. among for so on half an hour, no so trust to half an hour. Or say, me person resetting Ghana. And in resetting the country, there must be trade-offs. Some may lose, some may gain.
Yeah.
But now trust now share. Now share will be the 125.
Resource.
Or they buy or say or pen 10 pounds on the 125 ministers buy. In temporary merch, you will be beer, you bet me the uncertainty to say legacy. 8 years with Jaya. Not and 7 months to 8 months will be submitted and see the boss with the system ministers by your man and now should be with me who say, Sister, you could have said and say, no, or the for baby or 5 ministers and a year home and then in Nippon Munu and a year, but they are delivering. And yeah, the Dura, Ketereso, yes, and the Dura, and now what to me at the Atutu. My chairman, would you say? Obeti me no be your credit me here tentem si na me ogidi pa but I was surprised me
surprise you
na me ogidi pa nti na me ogidi say he took his time to look at the country was do o man so nti no enema bi oyi bi otase adwen ho otomonye say no so no policies bi o person oyi bi no ono initiate ade no nti what's the problem about him better hanuma enema oyi no be kan on hwebuku
sanity
obetumi more historical antecedent the man na ye we any poor from no ni nyina he's involved in it edu ba bi o se fabra no correct no o so monye we sisi ntino he's on top of this job and he knows exactly the direction that he's taking this country enti ade America Ghana for na say mama yem fampaibo entai papa nachi if he say but how they see no so no eso ena ogusu so a awoye se na wo hwe se yeti ha so bi osro abofo bi afri so be ka kire wo se niema bo be famu a anka obeda no age adi
ayo no so free 9,000 for about 7,200
if you say yehu ye ne say on my Ghana film better mo afie bia finance minister bi no atwe ne bag
fita
no de aba
say fita
enya no kwa na make me start say kwesi butwa or the bag beba set up or the bag beba Dr. Kwame for the bag beba
the late kwesi the corner say Amin Adam
and I heard so you for obi are the bag babekasa never promises over no afia no beso a obeko market a obi sa market woman say in name mo to sempa I said I kwan pepra beba so afia we there in name bo kosoro sen afia twa mu no and that has been the refrain this is the first time yetimi hu say enema boy dey eba fam na enema boy eba fam so me sure me tu kan na say me ba na me ne mpanifo bi share wo airport na mo ne me din komo no say MPP fo but ade am magic am perform we dey ye nyina business say dollar eba fam na ekosesa say ye enya MPP ne NDC asem obi a wo na dollar na ba 10 point something na say 11 na de na free 16 ya bedu ye nyina e boye enti okanse se mokoso a chichiro man sei na cd ahoden asore dollar eba fam petrol bo kofam eniama ema ahokyere ba ni nyina enuane bo enso ekofam mo bag ko na ekofam cooking oil ebia nso ka iron rose we are praying said the market will respond appropriately because some of the areas we are expecting which is a cement they should come down. Aban hwese babia nkofo enjoy monopoly ebi o ha no more enjoy monopoly because me say ade me bi ni dwom yenya na ye ntini ye see ni so aban den na you know there must be a certain proactive measure and that is why I completely agree with Minion Sam George fighter on DST before because the name about for more it must reflect the market should respond. And I expect that the market must respond. And if the market is not responding, effort must be made to engage them. Say, look, Okwa, Ubio, Michelle, Nipa, also make clear near be a port. Now about 56,000 a day. And they delay by 1 week. 1 week, I'm a free one mobile will do by 38,000 because almost $1 number from Tino, make a I don't know, I say me cotton abordant to say no. We are appealing to the conscience of Ghanaians to say, let the market respond. Let us be sensitive. Let's show a little bit of patriotism. No be our cotton. When we say first nanka 16 cedis to $1 and oh ton they say now they're about to do 10, 11 thereabouts. No, let the market respond and let's show some love to the country.
So far, where your ministers here on my performance the same. We share accountability series here. We introduce you Jubilee House. A month or call ministers na call. No ma coach do my and India do many a good initiative.
This is a very good initiative because you see, among where democracy no, a nipa and a determino, and they are sharing some. Ghana for no more emergency NDC for a determino by Shamonsa. Na yasomore. Nti ade betimi aya na say e di obuo ni de be ma won mo detimi ni say yansa no na entientienti mu no yaba na de report abrew na ka chon say mo de djumade say yansa bo so mensi ani say ni yatimi aye na ebu hu akonta asabe mpanyin si ni onu otwa asa no onum si na chiachia ba bi o kra nipa no be hu say we de enema nkoyi a na watimi achirechire mu na enipa no so do madwen aba na corrective measures be on hono yatimi adiagwa kwam. I believe that accountability series no is very good because President Mahama promises say or the open and accountable governance and and he has opened himself up to the good people of this country. On one kasa asset example any on focus any media kasa opportunity be obenya bia o churchem enti utie the among ministers no bia so ejina na so because odi agro na say fro na say I don't continue to papa so I dey no enipa 120 ni achem na ye 50 afiri ho omo a good touch lion omo lesi on busa e ka omo ko anka opportunity ya ma no doso obia mia no say obeye na aduma de say na be ya coach no kra nya na adwe say oba be early substitution bia until no so far I want to commend the minister say they are doing very well. They must keep it up. They must open themselves up to the people and accountability forum no kwa one more they say they will also go back to the people, and that is why I want to commend the finance minister. You were to force it. I'm saying nine birthday. I mean, I'm saying no question nine birthday.
Minister, you couldn't birthday.
We share the engagement of the ordinary people.
Market.
Or market, some person who how to run an economy. I was say okay man.
Yes, my minister man.
Say man ono e chairman of the economic management. Enti na kuti dwum for nasem na dwum for nka na esi nchiro na enti no bo say enya no nko an moga ye sha say ye manifesto no FM People's Manifesto. We must say a people's friends saying Edinburgh had the man and near Kofa Kushia
door to door.
No, near a proper forum at the regional level near all shades of it was a people's forum or something that was done. Intino, manifesto na no. Among Francasa, Edo Madri Ebai. Yes, your number no soon fidia, your number no never. It is a no mako. Na ya a friend is saying, ya Jim Adrian near the manifesto now. Every biano, let's go back to the people and let's go and report to them. Name me some. Umbakasi be away the moye and say, wait the moye and say, moye we say a bit me, in a bit me boy, Emma, yet me, acquaint. It is so far, I think it's been very good. President John Dramani Mahama has done excellently well, or you're very focused on what he's doing. Now, to me, I now say, wow, every minister is serious. Just last week, there was an orientation program for all chief executives and their deputies. For ministers, government appointees, presidential staffers and advisors, they want to align everybody to the vision of the president. No, be who say, Papa no wapone the power ne kakra e dey amon sefa ye adwuma. Nti make sure say whatever you are doing aligns with that of the president. And that is why ade ba ko nsi yetumi sua e President Mahama ene the Vice President Professor Jenna Opoku Agyeman ho no ene humility say your papa yi wo hwe ne profile wakwa the president was about biwa. Nothing has changed about President Mahama. The humility na wo ho na ho brase wo ho odu obo ni de mo bia oba e maame Professor Jenna Opoku Agyeman na hwe maame a wasua dia kwa anim akuta all the positions oka ho na obahwe na ho brase ene hawa o conduct no ho ene me free office na bay about 8 different meetings and some me free happen to me I'm say me pan sham say slow down kakana speed no I know yes that is the kind of team that is working when President Mama Ahmeda ever since he was sworn in Muga once Ahmeda sometimes I ask myself where does he get the strength from but me say he gets the strength from the fact he say or you committed or yes or best resetting is not an easy thing. In resetting he is showing say or very many focus or very many obejana nanso na ne wo say or ye bia no ayenti empire na wo say boman say nyame ma na hoden na anopo bi obeso bia no ontimi into anamo enko nanim enne ofre obi na obi sa no say Ghana the shining star. Yes, the story of Ghana economy is, I mean, US dollar. I know how is US dollar. So you chia to form a pound the firm, US dollar the firm, Canadian dollar the firm. Amamu papa. Any prudence, any elimination of waste in the system, and ensuring say, baby, I know there will be value for money, and once there is value for money, skaka kre wo bet me nemo bebre e dey abo oman we see.
Very well. Live on TV as well as that, and also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics near the Ebro. Lift capsules from Mugabe Maase Clinic and Herbal Center, S Natural Mineral Water, Safari Valley Eco Resort, Power Specialist Herbal Hospital, Hebron Hills International School, Mugabe Maase Clinic and Herbal Center, Victory Garlic Mesa, Omada Ruma, Anna Techia, Yedi Jumedi, Etra Wabuano, Baby Bia, Wo, and Ewo Omemwa. Now, we share the conduct of a young minority in parliament here. 7 months, Imono, say, and a Omujumedino, senior ECTA, Omoli de do Omonim a year after your markings. Chairman.
And then I say, may say, my dad, you will never be brave. But me, the say, me share, I don't know the strategy that they have adopted, but if you are in parliament now, one can say a micro minority. Now you don't even have the numbers. When you say no, Parliament never was say no. Say MPP for the Omagen say, see them who Parliament can operate.
Government business makers.
Yeah, because what Parliament needs is to test, to pass resolutions. Some person pass a resolution, maybe a financial resolution. We need to test. They say no. We have this and Casa to test. And yes, some independence for crowns or also I am money and if you are in such a
so without the independence for the choir
independent you won't from Mukai 2 tests I bet me the
as a beja quality account
decision and ever general account inti near was a MPP phone a say you see Ghanaians have voted massively against you. Why did they vote against you? Against mismanagement, economic hardship, and in your ma a hot near Ghana for. What we need to do is to show remorse. Because sorry, I remember Ghana for who say, "Yeah, do move hamo. It's in the more franchise." Now, in spite of all this, no more sorry. Now, akakabensam and a moody budget near Beridia must see near P. We need Beridia. I don't think that is the kind of leadership that we need in Parliament. Unfortunately, Afenyowaken is my friend, but I think that the kind of leadership that is not helping. But for us, we are okay because so sometimes you ask yourself, say, budget now you see you know, what boycott to say minty. I don't also minty near Beridi. You really I don't know who's be debating. What are you going to debate about it? It is show double standards, and we are very comfortable with the way Honorable Ayaragane and Pennyfo lead majority, no, and so far their focus and ensuring say near my the Weber who be and pass now it's made the relief I be a Ghana for. I want to encourage them if the MPP decide say no name the no press conferences from the beginning of the year or my year. Every issue they want to do a press conference. I did no we are boycott. You don't even have the number in any way. So if you boycott, what do you gain after all?
Very well. Now you go straight to your sector as board chairman at the Ghana Cocoa Board. Nyamiya Duma Yawade DNM 7th August 2025 into mono take effect. DN by India Motumidi Kukum to Moke CSA ye being sida ewa Ghana Yabakosemu under the Fourth Republic at Yamagana for.
You need to ma me kase me mo cocoa careful abaso. Our Jumasno on my year to keep the cocoa industry running up to now. See, Ghana say we cocoa every month. Nanka Ghana, Nansena gold, Abani gold board intino, gold also contribution a year very closer to the sustenance of our economy. But cocoa and Ghana ejina abesi sabre. Na ekudu baby no. Emra NDC ebe free abanywa so 2016 no. Not through prudent government policies intino. We were almost at 1 million ton of cocoa production. Ansana ye free abamu ediako. Ansana MPP by ebe so cocoa mu na omonso hand over ediama NDC ye December ya omo hand over no. Na cocoa production na ye NDC ye time no ye de call to almost 1 million tons no. Oba ba bidu 450,000 metric tons. HSA osha omachem yenuma efande ediakugu baby. That is how we came to meet the cocoa industry. If we share cocoa industry, cocoa board a car ye beto MPP for about 33 billion Ghana cedis. Out of it, about 21 billion of that debt, a year cocoa rose. Sabi cocoa board, Yenya Ghana Highway Authority, Yenya Ghana Federal Rules. Professor Moss Babreso, and now she say sometimes a number be a coffee cocoa ni free no. Critical roads be a bridge be no bu, be a coin be a car na coffee cocoa no ntino o designs our system they say young cooperative cocoa rules enka the social intervention program I de ma cocoa equiafo no ene ye de ehye ya ehye no fa na ye adwuma MPP by o hwe e ka omkofo ba afide omkoye friend saying cocoa rules no be kra wo ha omkoye denominated in dollars say ne be ya say Satam said dollar no kwana na ekoso enti sisi ya me no kasa no ebeto 21 billion eka eda friend say cocoa rules nko sisi na president Muhammad Aruma and Minister of Rules and Cocoa Board Chief Executive and Penny for Atlantia. Yeah, rationalizing how to, look at that data. President say, yeah, Momodini Cocoa Rules no be na Famra Ministry of Roads and Highways. Na on financial big push na se na intermediate scan na yem fanya. Nti yes rationalization in area na aka that Cocoa Board anima I see it about 6.9 billion Ghana cedis. That is state ebe another state ebe wo ne say eye afie twa mu no MPP for aban wo no mo ye mo dwen say wo mo be produce cocoa no eye 800,000 metric tons. Inti wo mo de cocoa no kosi awo syndicated loan and on the kosi awo me de ko syndicated loan na obi ote friends makrasi onte ase awana o de kosi awo ye ka se awo obi o cocoa fo ba no be ka tro say me cocoa fo we say no afi we ya ba mu ni say meti be bag du no meton a menya 10,000 intim pacho me pebesia 10,000 ti you dey for 10,000 for mama me nyam ti me koko na ye ton ye na no na me de wade aba behim ene friend na wo no nti e ba say awman ni sikasam ye basa na yentimi nya syndicated loans na no mko no so ende koko ni benya for 800 about 800,000 metric tons nti no sa brand so na koko ne bo no metric ton bia ye $2,600 nti no mo fa sa sika no mayen na yeti koko na ya hata na ewi a ya ba beton amamo na chese ya de atua koko ne ka muga fa mo fa so mo de arrival say umbenya about 800 metric tons de nyame nkwa nanim they ended up getting about 450,000 metric tons nti ansan na yeba abetra konwa so no a president man betra konwa so na eka edaho koko edi esi awa yentu aye eye 330,000 metric tons eno no ne buo no ye $2,600 per ton koko no so ntimi produce na che eka na ba bedaho nti ndisi ba ye no na koko a ye akuafo na produce no na price nso koso because around November, December, no cocoa price no koya between $9,000 to $10,000
world market.
World market. It is abra no ka ye ton sa cocoa na sika ye benya no akuafo no benya sika no kese pa de agombotom. But essence of the cocoa na kosi awanti no. Na wa say ye de sa cocoa no ekomon. Na ye ton mon at $2,600 per metric ton. It is a price no do 10,000 and 9,000. What ton bia na what is 2,600 no every man na aka ni na ye ka ban afa.
Te no krese sa bre no. Ye Ghana kotoko ko ni bi wo Africus. Ani e be so ye de no so ansa na de wo se enya de akọ.
Na me ka cho say ye na beto ye ne say ye ntimi anya.
Ye ntimi amiti ye
ntimi amiti se si am no ka say no. Ye timi atimi atua 230,000 metric tons.
Wow.
And naka 100,000 metric tons. By yeah, 230 naka. Inti koko bi e be bank o se ye ton na sika de kese na akuafo no nya sika pa egu ombotom no. MPP 40 modern ene sika o mo din ya o mo ntimi amu ha konta na o mo ntimi antua koko ni kanti no. Na wo se ye ton sa koko ni bi. Enye ni nyina o ton ni nyina at once. Now do 2,600 na ye nya sika crown van na koko board.
Wow.
Nti ye say kakra e benya no ye ton a na bi ati be 50,000 na ye tua na atiwe na ye kakra na si ye tua atimi anya 230,000 metric tons and aka 100,000 enti 100,000 metric tons ye tua
ye da ho
enti afie we
ye nya mo na mo de beto
ho ye na de beto ho afie we no your projection yes say you benya 650,000 metric tons no. Already 100,000 metric tons of that no ko edi akwakutia na edisi awa no yes akut ye de kwa 2,600
same price
because I know what chire wonsa.
Oh my God.
That is the situation that we find ourselves in. And it is sa and na akwa cocoa price na your price ya ewura to force ebe kan no ka tire wo say sa cocoa na esi ebenya no emu 100,000 metric tons there MPP for that Roma omo de ensan kwhye aboase ntina no say cotton 2,600. That so if we are not paying the farmers more than what they should get na eye amomo bone and the bad management of the cocoa industry no by the MPP no and dey yakosi babia yakwa koduri. Enti me pese Ghana for who that context that is why we need to communicate. You see nipa no bebe nim asema ye kan nipa no bebe we need to communicate and let them know awudia MPP for di cocoa farmers sika na mo kwaji na henewo sa 800,000 metric tons no mkazo mbe supply where is it 330,000 metric tons omujama ya sika ban na omujasi emfantua. These are the issues. Iti me pese Ghana for nya sa foundation and son yebeko price yinukra na yakomu because one thing asemu yase
honorable me worry ne say nti afanyama ke ne nkofo no sa eye cocoa and agri committee no omunim sa problem o yeda ho anu mo say two foot gu Ghana fo ni omunim
na say no cocoa board a number of forensic audits NI before National Investigation Bureau National Security and some more we dey mo say mo kan ye ni bi na fe fa won common to asumame yentie minority for
constitutes a paltry 4.2% increase over the current price of 3,100 cedis per bag. You agree with me that our hard-working cocoa farmers deserve better than this Sakawa price of 3,228.75 Ghana cedis. In the run-up to the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections, the then opposition members of the NDC, led by Honorable Dr. Eriko Poku, the then ranking member for Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs of Committee of Parliament, now the Minister for Food and Agriculture, and Honorable Dr. Kesio Atuforsen, the minority leader then, and now the Minister for Finance, informed Ghanaians that cocoa farmers were being shortchanged and that cocoa board was cheating cocoa farmers big time. Honorable Eriko Poku, on various campaign platforms, including a meeting with cocoa farmers at Dadia Swaba in the Ahafo region, consistently promised cocoa farmers a producer price of 6,000 Ghana cedis per bag. Honorable Atuforsen, on the other hand, promised to pay cocoa farmers 7,000 cedis per bag if they won power. What happened to these numerous promises by Honorable Dr. Eriko Poku and Honorable Dr. Kesio Atuforsen? Today, the Ivorian farmer at the current exchange rate is receiving the equivalent of 3,635 Ghana cedis per bag of 64 kilos. A staggering 407 Ghana cedis more than what Cocoa Board is paying. This stark difference presents an irresistible incentive for smugglers to divert Ghanaian cocoa across the border, particularly leading to a mass exodus of our prized main crop beans from the border regions, especially in the western south, western north, Bono Hafo, and the Volta.
Very well. Minority for the Omudiaba, no. Chairman.
Yes, and the American say, Oshe MPP as more Mukanya. Near Dikano. So Oshe announcement that you were at a forcing a year and runner. Cocoa price at the world market now, no. The FOB, President first, no, President Mahama, we did no crash Ghana for. No crew did check Ghana for, they say. Or 119 or say, Memma Equiaphone 70% of the FOB price. Yeah. Inti ya buy, you know. My name board and paying for technical people. Ya transi. Ya transi ya free name money adia no. You know say Ghana si kasem.
From
aye $1. No, city national. But in the ubi odum economy be a catch say. So currency no e rise na nya hoden a e affect export. Because ade a we export to a ubenya sika no in amano ni sika no. So sika no kosoro a na che say no abafam. Enti me catch will be say Cocoa Board is one organization. The rising CD no it creates a little problem for us. Okay. But the whole country is enjoying, you know. Say, young kwa, young children, na say, omani na enjoy ya. If you say, enye because, say, your wage bill, so wage bill, no, who calculated no, Ghana cedi in dollar term, na $10,000. Na say, cedi no, na num, na dollar, na ban, the same wage na wutu ya no. We can be between 13 or 15,000 because of usikana air cost room. Inti sikana air cost room. Abwaye ema ye petrol abafam. Abwaye ma nnuane abafam. Abwaye ma wonbo omutua friend say taxes. Anaso omu importo enema kra omu ba omu so omu kwa esan say dollar no bafam nti no duties and the taxes no mutua no so abafam nti wuhwa the entire country and the entire economy wutimu say sidi na ho ade no abo bebre but uba na behwe wo mo a ombo into export na mo export no ejina e friend say dollar so a and as a foreign forex so then there is a problem over there enti no President can say, on the 70% no, infant your microphone. It is so sharp. Now, a microphone no edge $3,100 per ton.
And as I say, Kwasi.
And as I say, President, you're increasing to $5,040 a ton.
TMB before problem.
A BNC that ever Ghana. Say anka dollar CD exchange no 16 to say na net year December I beto ya na anka would the 5,000 year anka kwani bia will take about 80,000 Ghana cedis per ton of cocoa. But what's in America now? Wow. That in fact the reality is that this increase of 3,100 to 5,040 no a BC that
under the Fourth Republic.
A BC that by BN will be a increase.
It's a Jomama pension.
But Sawusha, let's just say, a non representing about 62.58%.
And it's almost
increase, almost 63% increase. A BC that.
Yeah.
But as fate will decide, no, this is the time. You see the issue, and then it is all the 5,000 now the Bible multiply. CD exchange rate now, then what you get will not be the same as what one would have expected. Sanka ebeba, but if the market is responding, na iron rods eco from
9,000 7,200.
Na say a friend say a mo abafum, na say anwa abafum, na enyema nyina eba from a. Na say saa sika na enne wosomu no saa sika no emu odu because ebiama ebetimi aye no anka ukoji 80,000 no na ukwakoto fuel 17 gallons 17 cedis per gallon na ukosi sa dollars so about 18 anka ubuhu sika no ode bibie enye
we decide I no mo 100 Ghana and 50 Ghana
now me person me dey babeka enti President Muhammad Edika wadi no by ensuring say 70% of FOB. Look, try say calculation the technical people to answer. Coming na boom na for 70% of FOB now. And ya no kwa na for na dey momo.
Chire me dey.
E da boso. Ansa na be kasi arrival at that you know. One more ekoto kokoo no. Yeah, say on margins are friend bias margins. Ya tisa can to say okoto kokoo na. You betua ne margins and I say obi akoto akakere se fa ka ho se na be ya afi one boy friend haulers o mo de articulator tracks ni ade ekotwe kokoo no e se kokoo board esan etisika kakra edito no de twe omoka afi a wo warehouse a mo sisi warehouse akese ya de kokoo no kogum na ye fumigate wo se na be ya kokoo no ense ni ade ni nyina no wo se yetimi tua fees for disinfectants I was here afi unu say your quality control ye grade cocoa no mo ye grade cocoa no mo scale cocoa ni nyina no o see etu o Ghana kuita the premium cocoa
the world market
into one market no say Your market price be Ghana premium no kwama yen $4,000 per ton. I no
as compared to Cote d'Ivoire for the
yes, and no that premium no is also factored into what goes into the farmers. Okay, weighing scales are you do weigh you need na cocoa board to near the amount. And no chomo President Mahama say I feel we ya you will more 7th August ya ebe to cocoa. Also the kind fertilizer na MPP buy ya almost say almost don't be subsidize you for no bi na ban so bi man no President Mahama say emfa fertilizer no mark for free. Free fertilizer, both liquid and granular fertilizer. They mark for free. Now toss me free insecticides. So I do not also buy this. They say our market. Yes. President Mahama say we are for them free. Into the kwako chamo, ugu koko swa free. Person fighting a friend solely shooting the idea and also free. After or say spraying machines no motobru no ya dey ya no so yen from akwa for no motobru no so free ya twa solo no so be a solo and be urgent and be ya ni nyina free say yen from akwa for no free manu ntia hwe what after fungicides and so the supply woman so and also free and after free flower inducers also and don't be how much the spray na and no flowers no any and any ban o person you for so koto ono President Mahama say inform akwa no free enti enye ebo we nko o enye sa $3,000-$5,040 no all this ayi amebodi ni nyina no President Mahama say inform akwa for no was saying be me nyame sermon jo mama afi President Mahama say oh yes I do na say na be ya koko no betimi aso na yetimi anya more yields na akuafo no income nso etimi akoso because the more first koko no ebetimi a produce no the more no na akuafo nso egesika egombotom moga nia President Mahama say yensanka nche koko akuafo no say free Kwame Nkrumah time near scholarship be a friend CMB scholarship near the akuafo mo mako senior secondary schools nyina be boy ye nyina nyina bi na baby okwa ka nyina no aka ntimi anko school en but free SHS buy no amma say sa koko scholarship no for senior high schools no ada image mo President Mahama say David na nka say na o say okuani bia ba okọ tertiary institution so okọ university so okọ technical university okọ dancing training okọ bia tertiary institutions no uye koko ni koko okuafro ba and so free enti sanya mo na say yakuafo tie no mo say siase ya de sanya mo we nyina aka ho na ya de amamusika no na amamusika no ya akase kotu ya ba fees o university kwese ya afi ne obo ne say e obibi a ya fra no koko management system sa koko management system no kuani bia oye kuafo bia oye koko kuani no ya capture ne din ya capture na sase no ne plot ba bia wo ye betimi a kiro say kuani we semdefo sompofo a okọ chebia sikamu a we nkobiri side hon won na mikokofo obehu okọ achimadu kromu a bremu achi obehu say mikokofo ho ya capture bi na na ya say capture wodo wabusuafo it is here can see ma scholarship for tertiary students of cocoa farmers and now feel na okọ forgery din bia na deba because ya yes how do you na must say ni nyina documented
baba be say kofa sofia fo
ya je ni na ya se na must say ya mo ma ye ni nyina must say eda ho ya je ne sa ne be ya under ye ni EU for no one person mu e bibi e fe no cocoa traceability ebinum ho a cocoa no ombekwa ko bu kwaye no ko die cocoa wom EU for na den say uko se kwaye na die cocoa ento cocoa okay ebinum ho a child labor e no mo de ye nkola eno nti o ma ye say ye de saa cocoa traceability na be ye adwuma se na be ya cocoa bia from the plot to the port of export no e betumi atrace enti se cocoa ko ye bibi na de bibi ko hye cocoa no mu a na se eye contraband goods we can trace the cocoa to the farm where the cocoa came from.
Wow.
These are systems that have been put in place. Enti nyame ya adomo a ye nuanum akuafo amoma ewo eko universities mo ne ade no President Mama say emfa cocoa sika na bi emfa nhwemo na muntimi new school enti cocoa college wo bunsu no ya adwen say omo enya university status yakwakotrem ama akuafo na womu ewo cocoa industry no ye be encourage us womu for manko no mkosu cocoa ho adwuma. It is one way of ensuring say we sustain cocoa industry no because wo hwe ena yete wo ya emabu empeso mo do ho be hye kwedi
some man na attractive
enti ye be ya ne training wom ne training wom ebia ya agronomist ebia ye friend say akwa quality control ebi no akwa ye all aspects of extension officers no money ade gina akotre no bi be pathologists no money ade omo be cocoa akuafo enti sebe baby a yedidi ho no ense ho no mo aba beboa no mo nana no mo no papa no mo mfuo ni ade ekono obatimi abe apply scientific knowledge
say the money be obi abeba be yekuani
ense mo ba enu twemu a President Mahama say through the Ministry of Finance no yen ko bibi e fre no plantation development because you who say cocoa na e wono yen kakran we 10 acres ha we 5 acres ha we 20 acres ha but yen share da enye cocoa plantations enti no wa share den say yen go into plantation development 200,000 acres of cocoa plantation and yet target at President Mama de Amaya. See, I'm no say no. Your technical team and Namoya Juma den your collaboration with tree crop development for your collaboration with Otukuno office agribusiness for near dear woman and nam and your research I who say baby to say uti any voter region. Say so masasa no and I ask actually say hona kuku a bit me until all our attention is going through voter and uti. To go and see. Many can say we are in the process of acquiring lands, different land banks. We are encouraging investors to say, especially many in Confucia, my catch says, I want to get a chocolate. And answer we hear cocoa powder. But what they say, over the just as a cassia, many binimusha last week, my catch said, on free some baby about them say, Oko Sumo, cocoa project, a Honda cocoa and Casa cocoa project starting ya, a bra, cocoa fushi ya, 83. Fushi ya starting rehabilitation no hona ye cost starting some cocoa project really identity what the compass as about 50 acres to 100 acres be now you cocoa fu na abai supply will be now so supply and I want to also encourage your public officers your politicians your MPs are more parliament and free cocoa growing communities
honorable Samson Ahene
masa
honorable Kandom
ade aba we ye no
honorable Colin
aba ne so was asase akona kodo odo asase ni wia beji cocoa seedlings free na kodua
edru so bi
wia beji edo so free
se wia ga bedobi
wia beji spray machine free now the we kra na ye say ma akuafo a e from ched eye cocoa health extension officers no aba be say cocoa no baby o say won the panel baby o say ye di inugus baby o say
cocoa panel
ye won nyina ye obi be from pollination cocoa no panel say na betimi aso bebre and no kwa obo na
Dr. Samuel for example
yeah omo pollinate cocoa no ye won panel kakran and no say wo baby ti say bunsu cocoa research tafo any bunsu many ade bunsu cocoa ba ko si ho na cocoa na so bebre ni na pollination ye won mpane na ye the flowers no na atimi itini nyina abane bebo
we na BP for nyina no mo he
well yes say ye dey na ye ka ho asem sese nti sa ne mo we na ban e di gu akwan mu se na be ya cocoa e be fa na tuma papa efra itimi da na America ne say say we MP now we minister we DC afuo de obiara ni ho beka say o ye afuo a ye do beko ora anase do beko efe ne kwa kwa himuzade na we ye afuo masa kona kodo na ne dikan no we be provide employment opportunity edama emrante ne mabawa na wo hodo no se wunya 10 and 20 acres now tna parliament be 4 years 8 years kwa no anko biwa wo be wie no koko no so ayede ba sese no abefo new hybrid seedling no 27 months na so 27 months na so
so me makuma kwa
27 na koko na so yenu anu ma work koko research institute any other research o motime develop hybrid a year uko dua ya 27 months na koko na so enti ubedi 4 years for parliament kwa now uko
less than 3 years
na so ebi mo hefra na kokora bedi say we akokora na odua say aka ofie nu mukra obodi kakra za na wo kwa wako so enti sande mo wenu nyina ya de a ye di wura koko industry mu na etimi de aboa ama koko no afa na ntuma
tima de mo wane say enti enu ya woni Dr. Randy Abeni Penifo a do mama de mo ko aso ye enu ye na mo yes anya ma we
edumadie we bebre wo ha na ebi wo ho dada ba abehwem kina and let me commend my chief executive and my team say ejuma do mo boy ejuma pa
Dr. Randy
Abi and the 3 deputies friend say you were kutu ati and Dr. Ban and Ato omo boy ejuma and all the supporting staff say wo ho no boy ejuma den say na betimi a ye koko no won say koko na dey boy in the premium koko me call quality control me call sra o motema uko hwe year processes a koko no kompa ansana ye koko na to shape so dey akwa enya asem ketwa. Now one of the things I person here say Ghana your capacity say you bet me a process about 500,000 metric tons of cocoa. Your capacity wa.
Wow.
Na say what me add value no say pa baby I could just say ya dollar no akofom no. One of the things I bet me I say be encourage adding value to your cocoa. Say we mo pay cocoa powder. Cocoa chocolate. Any other derivatives no edoso. So produce no Ghana high. Now say we turn to see the creators cano eso because he did not ever modern. Enti we are going to encourage as many as possible say yeah processing most of our cocoa no. We processing so we the value etoso. Enti raw bean now beton is kana obenya ti say na no say 5,040 no. We processing no now the value can ho you get more than that and then the cocoa farmer will be richer because the more value you add the more price hike that you get for the cocoa. Enti sane mo wonu na ye niama ye pese ye na ye de boa ama cocoa e fa no ntoma proper enti na ma country ye kuafo ne say ansa na ye take side decision no yan take in isolation akuafo mako and 9 representing various farmers group and the work sa price cocoa producer price review committee.
Okay.
Omo kinaka ho. Ye no nyina trust, ye no nyina fa adwen. Okay. Ye ne me chief executive and the team and regional cocoa farmers no chief farmers in Asia and makasa. Enti ya church onemom Emma nyantia say sande ma ye nyina na ye say de be ya cocoa no should be fan into my papa because you see in the face of galamsey and in the face of say ye twa cocoa nuanom ne ade nyina agu no the cocoa industry is under threat.
Yeah.
Because of that no sisi ya ye buy na no aban say ye nsesa emra na ye de ehwe cocoa so that law was passed in I think PNDC law no about 1984. You need protection for the cocoa tree. In fact, the cocoa tree no protection act no NRCD. Until 49 was there about. Into NRCD, let's just say a champ on time.
Yeah.
Into you need protection for cocoa trees. Into be at me sorry. Was in Yami cocoa because say yes, Shamra. I didn't run a basse.
It be good cocoa.
Yes. ubetwa cocoa ansa na ubetwa sa cocoa no say obeye industry bi na say ubetwa use 10 acres of cocoa land ya mrana ya de ba ne say ubekwa akodo cocoa no 20 acres na wodua na cocoa no sore na enyi nche na ansa na ma kwa no abetwa 10 but they say the biya soro say until we are coming out of stringent policies as our policy na nche na be parliament October we say parliament will look at it ya hwema ma legal team no ahwa enche de be to parliament and through the minister of finance na fi omodi ho abobo ama yetimi abo protect the cocoa tree and for that matter the future of the cocoa industry.
Very well. Chairman Samuel Ofoswampo for the NHN Kumo live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM. Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center Semen Kancho Sebra Branasuel na Beja Yarisa or the medical capsules Abedja Sua. Winya Bina Boba Ebebu ni Pediani Papa Mamoja etimi edin Pedianum Efusani ye. Nasuya was a prostate netted to Ominia Bema a sexual weakness, male and female infertility, hypertension, diabetes, sciatica, typhoid fever, malaria, stroke, and other dental problems in Fanina Kwada Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center. Fire 0244 068447 0244 068447. At dental barrier, Yanni police station in Shenimu, Ewo AESL bedroom inside the Ghana Highway Authority Yard, Ewo Accra Ministries. Ejekojo Yanni School for the Deaf in Shenimu, Kumasi Hinabako Kobe, Ubuyan Ewo. Victory Garlic Mesa, Pibinabo. Netumi emwa obi a wontumi ni die wanum ato abo ne beka so loss of appetite wonya victory ni bena aboba ebo ye papa oba ko mfichie ni waya se bodwe pebinom netumi mu asese ni padua no na wo so wanya ahoto saa so ana moja ntimi ni padua no mafurisa ne yi a wona te kakra bia wo se ananse achemi kopa victory bi nanom ebetumi abo pharmacy so bia obewuram bia no wo benya bia to for Dr. Amwako on 0242 545633 0242 545633 ofra obeje so power specialist about hospital yamami aduya na free hepatitis A B C D and ayi bi na tete wa fatty liver sciatica prostate and I will not penny baby na techima ulcer na how components minimum na fibroid minimum fani na akoda power specialist about hospital yamami aduya obebo ye papa Kumase you for years like bosom kwantempon so ye ne just be filling station no and di ehwanimu gra kwabenya pokwase SCP kwantempon so takrade ye wa anaji estate ye ben anaji MA primary school no fa ma me 0244 544422 0244 544422 Safari Valley Eco Resort omuna meka fo ediama wo open wildlife experience jata sibo udu asuwa zebra ni antelope omoko no mo ebeni udu wa wani baje ebusani framanene na ba omopa baby a omobekọ for enjoyment fo omoko omani baje ye papa local and continental dishes nyina sevu bi ho saa so na so no ye wo swimming pool e wo gym e wo wa ubowura wa environment wo e wo kama wani baje wo ye papa ye wo dew tie I want to be here. You were down our eastern region, Okra constituency, Educrum, Bowra Ducrum ho, Bowra Educrum, Ubowra, Ubomuya for 0596914394. 0596914394 Educrum ewo Okra constituency Ubehu Safari Valley Eco Resort ewa so yeho as natural mineral water insuoni enie NDC mpanifo nyina enwa nuomunum okwa Excellency John Dramani Mahama Fia enwa nu ane ma melody na enum national chairman onwa wonum chairman Makoko board Dr. Samuel Ofoswampo nisu awonuma AX natural mineral water yama me fosina nursing enwa enwonum uzukope nsu ebi nanum netumi emwa otopono ade afrado for say word engagement anase eye bi na bafia nsu asa de serve awon AX natural mineral water oba 37 na BBC Street ewon kra osu eswazi brokers here dudo bia opebia no oba obehunu San Robert asori ba onsabekabi for 0596273546 0596273546 ofra s yabeje osu live cake capsules enso efri medimosis aso ye oba no bema no pebi na bobo na muama digestion no entumi take place very well from esan boasan hase metabolism obi a eduba bia beso oja wona obre enema entumi koyi woni padua no kope live cake capsules ni bi na bobo ebetimi aboa esan boa support liver function for when it's a pharmacy shop about shop bia nationwide we benya live cake capsules ni bi ato for Dr. Medimosis on 0244 068447 0244 068447 ofra yabajo so Hebron Hills International School which is vacation classes no summer one masati another year to American Comedy of the Sawam Road omoba media Presbyterian church no udaso ya wa kubowura school is of fa ura wa wani beji wo yie fa ba no ko musume ba ko everman tetea ansana omo asate new academic year no in September tutumiriko na kwa register oba no fa no ko admissions guso ekoso oba no wanyambo so me na ekoso mfie numa ye mane Montessori tetea lower and upper primary so no admission guso ekoso gidigidi tutumirika wala ni materials nyina efi United Kingdom ababedu tutumirika na so kope admission efama oba jumako nyina dawroma and the time Mugabe Maase the capacity na chia enei yede ensem nyina ede ebrewo ya ene chairman Samuel Ofosu Ampofo Dr. Kesiepa in PhD mu ne wa bawoma na mababi a wode ne batubia sector bia wode ne kwa obebo adwuma wo kwa eye gapoa okwaya bochama wa dwumadia wodiye ewo eye gapoa ye kan enyasem ketua okwa local government rural development adwuma papa we kwa boye ewo ho enye asem ketua position bia wo amanyosemu se eye cabinet minister se eye national position papa yi wa bi ye papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o ma appointment keku wo say Cocoa board ono adwuma ewo ho da nakoma so ya wotumi yi papa se wona anya board chairman na wo mwa se de be ya Ghana in Cocoa no ibetimi asafa esu ni tuma pa ya den asai efra no man na di sansa we Cocoa sector hona revenue edibre o ma we foreign exchange edibre o ma we no ya de se esu yi papa ti enai wo penyikase yi ana yetumi atutu ni na mu papa de na duru fie mu ha woni nchiremu ede ema chairman ye de CMB no yenya bi no scholarship no eboy secondary school na abra no me papa ti ase no kwa akurase a wo se bonus na bawo akuyafo bonus bi season na kwa wiye no na ba ni obi bi kakra bi a yesi ye de ma wo mu na akuyafo no nso a wo mu emfie ekosoro no ehyehyeye bi wo ho e de ma wo mu the aged ehyehyeye bi wo ho e de ma wo mu se ya bo wo mu ma emo benya a scholarship e tertiary level no ehyehyeye bi wo ma ye maami ye papa mu a wo mu fie ne kosoro a wo mu ye kuya na odawo ma
yo enhye wo ho pa President Mahama wo hwe NDC manifesto mu a wa kan den ahyemu kena se ye the pension scheme for farmers eba be ye adwuma sisi ameno ka say committee e wo ho a ehwe sane manum a ye tutu se na be ya akuyafo a wo mo ye adwuma because who say akuyadwuma eden wo ya na edu be na wo mpenu mugo a na ama enemo ye den amo enti no sana workers economic koye adwuma na ye titis kanka gu ho na omukọ pension a etime hwe wo no saa hanso na President Mahama nso ahye yese emomode na yenhwe yenhyehyɛ saa pension scheme for cocoa farmers no good so na ebe ya ebetitis kanka gu for modachi afi kura nso no eye cocoa clinics no ye won ye trim na okɔhwɛ cocoa clinic wo kanehia eye cocoa ye trim be ye nekese ye san abomodin say ye hwɛ central eye middle part na yekuma ase de na western part de biso eno so ye pese saa cocoa clinics na ye trim ne na kese sisi ye wo adwen bi a ye pese ye de ba eno no ye ne Ministry of Health for no kwa unu say ye ma melody na de saa onuado friends Vance na buy saa onuado Vance for 8 years atimode abro anybody ntino nipa jaya ma and nti say no one of the decisions that you taking say you say no Ministry of Health for no etoto ye ntoto ye na ye say kwan ban so na saa onuado ya ye fitted with me fan say it's hospital on wheel it ye say ye no Ministry of Health for no na ye ma melody na adwen ode bae ya ode saa ne ma no bae no ye hwese betimi aboa as part of the project kra na ye hwese koko growing communities no instead say mo twa kwanya akọ aba hospital wo koko clinic akokuma se akọ debisu no ada na ye hwese ye koko bofo no Ministry of Health ebetimi team up na saa ye ma me vision ode bae no ye mfa saa you fan koko growing communities. Then come on primary healthcare services.
And even snake bites.
Na near marketing kitty and who here near there no na koko phone who say who here and this is one of the projects a dam come super say your bubble model say you better reach out near koko phone who say President Mama said the welfare of the cocoa farmer will be at the center of the cocoa policies are obey. Into these are some of the things that Nadaruma to me or the mine or the mine. Yeah, you go so you didn't get a kakra. Yep. Me per se, you focus on these things at the appropriate time. No, you know, the door will come and let people know the rot that they have left in the cocoa industry. But I'm here pet now there no. Na adalutu adena in conclusion, I'm better make say, sir. $3,100 to $5,040 is the highest increase per dollar term. Apie ama koko akuafo. We tiasia say I don't know how to put it. O ka bonus wasem. Say otina bi me nka say mrasa o. Ba say ko ba say dollar every 10 ekosi 12. I mean, as some kind of make it means that the farmer is better off in bonus now. Wow. So I mean, we must understand balance, trade-offs. A trade-offs, they say, if you do baby, say dollar per janum kakra. I can forget me and for bonus. Say, I come from one, and you know, and I can say, one more politics. They can continue to do politics with it. But I believe, say, this is the best that we could afford the Ghanaian cocoa farmer, and we took this how they we too. Now you fasa near me can see a demo free na near cannibal na buma. It is about 99% of all the processes in your cocoa. To say a banasa how to run cocoa board is even a problem because cocoa board is almost insolvent. I mean, no, say no a car that hormone. But we are looking at the cup as half full more than half empty. They are very optimistic. Say, well, in Nema Edego Akwemu, my chief executive, and then Nedom, Juma Omoye, Juma Snow Omoye, sleepless nights, no. Young board don't say how much. We say we are border. We are not involved in the day-to-day administration of the organization, but the synergy between the board and the management, you know, enyama koso internally no we na be there say there is new wind of change koso, there is some restructuring koso, there is some reorganization koso, there is some downsizing and other things yes and with me injecting efficiency into the system. And I think that the chief executive and his team are doing very well and they have the full support of the board.
Okay, Lodina initiative for the by Odovans meboa. Maybe to say Rwanda farming communities, you know, omoko from a community bia nipa be 500 women. Omo savans ni bia edi akuafo na chi se wo ka nipa na etem ho na na yeden ne ye treat no. Wo we Ghana hanso a last year abofra wanya be 19 years e wo Nkrofo in Zemaland wo ka abofra no. Esa no mde abofra ni beduru eye ona bokofi bua abeto ampesu aso elembele no na chesa abofra no eko mikai subrisu
it is your vaccines in na bi ha me was avan yimu na asemba untwa kwan kura o ya no bi. It is an initiative that we are going to pursue vigorously. Na ejidi say you bring the support from His Excellency the President and Emma Melody and na yet me pushy na yaboa cocoa form because you know cocoa form. We are passionate about it because you know cocoa form. Cocoa no cocoa nka ebia nipa bebre ho and never be omodu no monti on control. Eti sustainability of the cocoa industry no ene na ehu here. What is happening now? No, I can assure the farmers of this country say niema yedi gu akwan mu no. Ye be ye me turning the cocoa industry around. Fantastic. And by next year no, the story will be different. Ne person mo ya ande say omo nyire won ho na omo se ka say be smuggle cocoa. Tena MP for Bombekan. You don't have to encourage people to smuggle the cocoa because cocoa no o smuggle na the command Cote d'Ivoire for no mo koton wa. Sa niema e pese ye mo free na Cote d'Ivoire for mo mfa mrew. Etu di sa cocoa no command Cote d'Ivoire for. What to put it to? What say wa brabo? Sika kakra bi awakwa akwaje no. A deprive of your free fertilizer, of your free insecticide, of your free spray machine, of your free foliar, and niama yaka ho asem nyina yepese yeduma it is going to go into somebody's hands.
Measures be na mode egu akwema mo betumi dia stop us smuggling because meje Ghana fertilizer na fa cocoa no Cote d'Ivoire.
So say one of the things you started say be initiating say and I am pushing this very 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 hard from the board level anyway management budget so far no you pese you introduce we be a color coding for a year in produce. You were about 7 cocoa regions. Se fertilizer ye de kono. Se Ashanti region for fertilizer ye see dey go green sack mo. Ye ni nyabo ko Ashanti region. Uko hu green sack bia wo voter region. Ye ko Ashanti region ko bi so na ntia green sack cocoa no. Etime kwa kopie wo voter region. Se ye ko Cote d'Ivoire, na ko market na ko hu se blue sack, sa blue sack na wo se ko Western North. Now kopie wo Cote d'Ivoire. We are going to hold the people in charge of Western North cocoa, we are going to hold them accountable. Say ya me no ka say enipa bi atimi smuggle fertilizer dwaso haya about 19,000 bags ya 19,000 bags of fertilizer area enipa they has answer ye ebinum ebe you omadi ye mo say I mean so we are very serious about it. You are establishing a department called the special service.
Okay.
How special service for no security for a binum BNI for national security officers are one woni de any ade no and establish boa cocoa board na yetimi a check smuggling together with the Ghana police and other people. And let me say informants boa yan de information ma yetimi chisa smugglers so incentives yede ma say wetimi ye na many figures no have I can tell you say this year cocoa share special service for through Ghana police and other allied security agencies no actually every smuggler so and the value at the appropriate time. I think I don't have the value now, but I can tell you say
go board so by my way say they go board so
your mother what that and no encourage mankofo because you see in fact of late you need problem on the Cote d'Ivoire border.
Okay.
Your problem on the Togo border.
Togo border.
Togo for produce cocoa.
Okay.
Togo for produce cocoa. But I say obi every amanone Korea bembe ya me pese mabo Korea din. Aba be chocolate factory say bibi sa wo Togo. E wo Togo holo me ho.
Okay.
Enna wo mo twi cocoa no. E de kwa ho no. Enti incentive for smuggling very high, but a person catch it.
Say, Bimugu and Yakem, nobody and Yana
maybe I may say, one more shared for the on-bear presentation today. If you more crowd water tanker, I will say, no more is a water tanker and Tizulo, Boka could be a packet cocoa near Quacoton, Kukuno. Your best say, those practices will harm the economy of the country because South Kukuya, ya de bedo, see the banner the one a cuckoo ruder, Obianam Subi. It is all cotton, what's smuggle now cotton? You are depriving the country. It informants no any the various disex, any musex now and what border towns near there no. Omonya yemwa, and say ya MMDCs a bay orientation for the first time in Cocoa board paying for no bishia. And say woman omoya chairman of the various disex near there. Near church or near my course and a bear money a bedaho. na mo so etimi ahwe na small girl no etimi akofam enti ye be say nua no mu a e won say if there is some little price differential kra e wo price no mu a eniama ya ma akuafo no enti no o mani so so mbeto am kokoo no Ghana ha say some de Cote d'Ivoire because the Cote d'Ivoire in the first place they are helping Cote d'Ivoire to boost the economy. Cote d'Ivoire amfa free fertilizer am fa bibia amro enti this is the context that you know so ya adwen say ye befa mo media mo platform kese and all other media houses near then say omo na yentimi disseminate some information na who say obi twi koko e da koba bia bo modern answer obefre wo fra na se ye chioma wo chefa wom ye ton a ye de be ma no de ye muso na ti bia ye de be ma na so watimi anya bibi e de ahwe hafa wo chefa wom also chefa wom me chefa nipa na wo de be ma no so chefa wom e na me ka so wa obema information no ye bechi nkofo no wo chefa wom okay afi security for na asrafo na ye ho adwuma no so ombechi no wo so chefa wom ansa na koko board so kakra aba ye honum na estimate ainti no incentive is there for anti-smuggling activities no say ye nyina aba boa na yetimi aye ho adwuma inti research no na chairman who gidi say within 6-7 months and you may be to me attend around like this and I'm the President Mahama has surprised me because he has performed beyond my expectation. Na wachira say Omaina or resetting. He's serious about the resetting agenda. And yam one say and Kofobi say yawo Usubuni Yohane yawo John the Baptist. I feel John the resetter. Or also or resetting economy no or resetting na in this whole resetting agenda no. Ade who hear me kase pa mpese me Ghana for kan ho asem no say resetting our minds, resetting our attitude, resetting our love for country. Because I would do my way. How do you go and take your cocoa say was small na de no. It's love for country is very important. Afi yanka who say on my way ma yantimi nya ma bia enka ho bio. This is the only country in Babia. Inti obia de kakro betimi ay no onfanye no famwa sanso na yes say wo mo amadwe so ende mi twa me koko na me de ma galamsefo me say omonya research no mo ko bisa say wo mo ton mo koko asase ma galamsefo what is their lifestyle by now sika na on sabe kan any 2 years 3 years sika no de awi koko yin so da ho afebo de mawa u didi so ma umma be didi so na onananom so koko ni bi o kra di 30 years still I so ebebo bro me father dey be 48 years e da so enti saade na ye hu say Ghana koko no so no age group no enso ya kese koko anyi no ya do so say koko enti na pese ye start plantation development program na ye mo bi ade no ho shembi. I want to encourage politicians, public servants no dey say ba wa asase bi take advantage of the opportunity President Muhammad they are buying the cocoa industry. Go and invest in the cocoa industry. You will never regret it. 27 months. Maybe office here, no problem. Muga, baby, I will be send me the subir your extension. Your extension officers will hold. Baby, we not afraid na. The machines na ko. Say I say, sa products na. They call na. They come akuafo no. Ye kwa eba to do. Wow. No more himfo. Any this assembly for ni na who say quantity of material say me dey bremo. Etin mo he say obi enane no kwanta. Na multimedia ya adwuma na koko no etime afa no ntuma papa afra na Ghana so etime afa no ntuma papa afra. Chala mame we say Honorable Ben Ayiku, member of parliament for Lejukuku constituency. Oba adwuma yi papa mfani fonyi no to so mame aye capacity MP Honorable Ben Ayiku Lejukuku fo ahye ni monyam ene eye na woda nyankopon de afe ba ko aka aye na afe ho ne yire ne mba ene abusua se omoma wo ene wa woda yi omama happy birthday se nyankopon omawa hoden omawo kwatenten na angels na so abafo no pem omama ho ban ebeye musuo beye san ewo wakwam de odimafo nyame no wonyi free wakwam emfa emma woti Honorable Ben Ayiku kacha say my brand chocolate enti
Where
na mamento Ghana kakra se wo hwe ya ha
fantastic
cocoa researcher oma ye chocolate cocoa powder ba ko na ye black no masa adwuma eye no
black
one
eye
adwuma eye no pacho wo de ko na ko google na hwe adwuma eye na adwuma ba ye no wo ba be adwuma dance wa
okay
enti no
mranta na bi wo ka no man
mama na mranta na o be so mo jisa wa na mo so no mo cho mo ko pesa black cocoa no now the chubby
kabi wutie
na afi omomodin say ye come meetings sa coffee break no me nya na me cocoa break ya wo Ghana
black
you see ye kwa ye pass ye kwa so we are going for coffee break coffee break coffee no coffee no even though we are cocoa board no we are also responsible for coffee and share not no enye but I am tea break tea use no cocoa break tea ya nya no cocoa now you're making sure say your cocoa no yankasa ya ni beku ho because if we can consume our cocoa we add value to give us a lot of money.
Yeah, very important. Somebody na onija Ghana for kwan yumre
na onija Ghana for kwan is the spirit of optimism.
Fantastic.
Say Ghana is on the path of recovery.
Fantastic.
The resetting agenda is on course.
Fantastic.
President Mahama is a very determined and focused leader.
Fantastic.
Na wa hye ne mrante ne maba wan so hwe se adwuma de acho nsa no won beye obia ye na from de oba na behwe vice president office na hwe se ne a na me ka che mrante na won se mo steps ma fo no beye 10 times 20 times me nyawura ma na no da wa na ba se bra me nyawura ma adwuma koso both at the presidency, at the vice president, the chief of staff, and then the for secretary to the president, and one more Kalisu Sumone, Judo Debranum, and Valerie Soya Nomone, Joyce Bow, a Juma stand up with operations, a Juma, or more Yano, and Yasan Commander One, Uberhena, Senya. Manti ni omu dia trench wo ho na move wo di bone bia na radar towns wa bia wo bia assemble to everybody is doing something fantastic to help. Now President Mahama has a team that is committed to his cause and na so any CEO sir e dey adwuma show monsa bia no say your KPIs and key performance indicators ya dey more so when you meet sir indicators na dey wala you be na can say until I believe say their marching of orders have been given to them and I have no doubt at all that President John Dramani Mahama will succeed, Ghana will succeed, NDC will succeed. Now it will be to the glory of the Almighty God. Until with that spirit of optimism, no, because this is the only country we have.
Very well. Chairman.
I'm say me yira media space nache me nu kwa fast wa do magic dey ba ha say
say wa wo fi o
na say oba echa adware na o ma no say say dwumadi na aka no edu ba bi a ye nyinti say advices in tanka sa bebre advice enti ya na she kono mu kitwa bi ya advice kakra ne say
tapu bi frame ho
but sabi you say odehia nkoko a akodwane and no ye ma cocoa prices so and for starting am say yeah besi from
akasa
na yakasa
very well
na yakasa so Ghana for betiase won be hu say adwen papa and President Mahama at the time adwumadi
fantastic bada Dr. Samuel Fosu ampofo ase wo cocoa board wa ono na ye board of directors no one chairman oni ne nya no ha yatumi adwetwe nkomo kama mjirisa nkomo na yewde mesabiaga Godwin wo akire nsu a mjirisa wa enjoy show no subiso hene na mjirisa wa enjoy show no eno no aboyinusa mu amu subiso amutie ne tepa
boards honorable Samson Ahinum, honorable John Dumelo, honorable Gansa and honorable Vincent upon someone MPs no board pa de support and sana kuku farmers representative no dia de nyina so board jumanti no teamwork na ye na ye say it is through that teamwork no ɛna ɛbɛboa ɛma ɛtumi afa kokoo no
very well enyumre no si akase ebo ene to aso ma wo se bepo so hima wo him ekoba chese wo sheki a enyumre di enu si akase ebo enya asem ketua afa bia se etama so nti yakramo oba de no dom ye na etinkwama okina no miensa ye besa din hia